Now, we did Flatlands over 100 days ago, but now it's time to come back and go to the Twin Peaks, which is supposedly a medium difficulty. So without further ado, let's spawn into here and get started. Now, if you haven't watched the first 100 days, I would highly recommend starting there, because it's definitely going to cover most of the basics that we might not have time to cover this 100 days around. But to get into this thing, let's start right here. So we have a tree into rectangle shaping facility, which means we're going to need to hook up this bad boy right here, which is going to be basically a production facility. And it looks like I'm just going to drag it right to it, and it should be good. Perfect. So now we must go ahead and just buy our first train. We're going to go ahead and expand the length of it a little bit here. And now we're just going to place him on the train tracks. So now we have a simple line from the tree production facility to the trees into rectangles shaping facility. Now this is going to have to go somewhere else. You can see we can make suspiciously cheap product assemblies, which is right here and here. There's actually two of them. So what we're going to have to do now is make a line from the trees into rectangles right over here to suspiciously cheap product assembly. Make furniture, then go from the furniture store to the freight terminal. Now, how much money do we actually have? We have $43,000. The real question is, can we make this work? I'm not really sure. There's also a passenger station. Passengers can be transported to other passenger stations, excuse me, to into any industry for ×2 production. For now, we're not going to worry about it because it's going to be a little bit too much money. But yeah, what they want me to do looks like is, if I build to this, is that actually a railroad, or is it? Well, it looks like they've already done the dignity of hooking up this entire system for me. As soon as I just connect this to here, we have an entire railroad there we're able to use. And then, very nice of them, it looks like they've already started this section for me as well. So we go ahead and connect this up here, which means we should have the ability to start making the wood all the way down to here. But we only have one train, and we're gonna need lots more trains. Currently have, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you that much right now. So let's get the entire line set up first. And if I go to parallel tracks of 2, grab here, see, I can just snap onto here. And the freight terminal it is. So we can just go something like this. And unfortunately, it's a pretty big hill. So our trains are going to have to go a little bit slow around there. But that's going to be just hook that up to there. Go back down to 1. We're going to go ahead and just... And then what we need to do, which I don't actually think I can do yet. I think I have to, yeah, I have to like level up and prestige a little bit to get any of that stuff. Research it here. We need to get this guy here. Start this research. We'll deliver 10 tons of logs. We'll complete that. We can start this one, but we'll have to wait until after we're done with that one. So for now, let's see. This map is so much different than the other one. Let's find our initial station here. Holy stutter. There we go. The multiple train operation is done, which I believe just lets it so makes it so we can actually use one line or something. I don't really know what the purpose is. I think our current train is heading down here. No, I don't know where he is. We have one train there. And I swear to you, the other train I think is gone. I don't know where he is. But we go ahead and start this, so we'll go ahead and start it. See, we're filling up with logs here. We also can upgrade this. Very, 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 very good. And we'll also need to upgrade this line as soon as possible. If we just go to upgrade, we can go to bad rails. Although, no, we actually will have to build double rails first. I forgot. Okay. Well, looking at the map here, I don't know where it went. Now, it's possible... Okay, we still have it. It's just, for some reason, picked it back up, looks like. No, wait, we only have one. Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened, but that's something that happened there. So we'll just get 2 trains here and get them started on these routes, and hopefully that'll be good. So let's get 2 trains in here, and it's going to be kind of annoying because we only have 1 track right now. We need to definitely place a second one down before too long. I think we just earn a little bit of money from getting them to drop off wood here. But yeah, for now, let's go to build. If I go like this and go to 2, I think I can pretty easily follow this whole system. Very good. Should be able to something like this. And then once we get multiple stations, it's going to make our life so much easier. But for now, that's going to work. And once I have... Oh, I already have it unlocked. Perfect. I can go ahead and I actually can set... like, for example, I want one side to be this going traffic and one side going this side traffic. Have 2 lanes going at once and basically have 2 one-ways going. Signaling, we're going to go ahead and say this is that direction. Yeah, up it all the way to there. Now, for some reason, this did mess up pretty bad. Manually, there we go. That should fix that, hopefully. There actually is a little building animation now for building the railroads, which is very cool. I'm not sure exactly what else they've added since we last played, but looks like they've added a couple of things, which is very sweet. So yeah, we need this to go this way. This is gonna bug out our train a little bit, but it's okay. He'll get through it. All right, we'll just place him back down here, and that should fix him. The issue we're gonna run into now is that if a train needs to come back out, the second guy here is gonna be waiting right here until there's an open spot. Like you can see, this guy will. Uh-oh, brother, man, you were supposed to. So we're just gonna take these away like this, and now our guy should be able to cross over. Please tell me he's gonna cross over. Okay, it might take him a little bit to update. Maybe that's the issue here. Now, it's definitely possible they did have some updates since we last played this, but when I last played, it was, and this system definitely worked last time. So let's see if this works. He is slowing down like he's gonna go over there now. There we go. Okay, cool. So they just had to update their pathing, but now what we should see is this guy going to here, fill up, take back off, head back down to that way, and we should be on the road again. And we should see this guy stop right about here, because there's only one station at the moment. Yep, looks like his job correctly. So as we add more spots onto this, it's going to be more and more complicated. So we're going to have to figure out a good system for that. And I got absolutely flamed last time for my pathing. So buckle in, ladies and gentlemen, because there's going to be more. But there we go. The line is officially working. So we should see them come down to here and drop them off here. I'm not sure if they're going to go back immediately or what exactly. But I think we have to progress a little bit more. Yeah, we have to get to the advanced routes next. But once we get about 200 tons of these things delivered, we should hopefully be good. And the way I'm going to do this for now, just to kind of get around it, is we really have to upgrade this to build a second platform. What we're going to do from then is we're going to delete, let's say, this section of railroad. And then we're going to delete, let's say, this section and this section and this section of road. So what I need to do is connect this station so I can only go left, and this station so I can only go right. So we have two trains right now. They're going to be responsible for running just wood to here. And now I need to build a little vehicle. Going to be all of my money. That will start on this line, and we'll have to go back over there. I think eventually I might be able to select which ones can actually do what, but for the time being, I think it's fine. Eventually, we can have advanced routes that'll just tell them where to go, and then we'll let them kind of figure out the rest. We can have a bunch more spots open. I don't have to worry so much about it. But there you go. Now we have a guy heading out. Like this long trek. It'll be very, very long. All the way over here. And we will be, once we complete that, just dropping that stuff off, we will also unlock the marker path. We can start on this guy. And then we can start hopefully making some real money. So give me a couple of minutes to get this line off the ground here. And I'll be back once we have some actual cash and the starting upgrades up to probably better map view teleportation. Once we get to about here, we'll be back with. Okay, do I have a lot of money? No, but do I have a plan? Yes, because my system right now is wildly, and I mean wildly. What I'm going to do is we're gonna go ahead and just delete this entire route, this entire stretch of crap here. Okay, that was a crazy stutter, because we can do it better. So what we want to do is go from about here, let's do the curve, and so I guess it's better in this game to just completely reset from basically nothing. We have 34 grand to just make this next little stretch, and because right now our guys are having to wait. They're having to wait. Okay, and it's not good. It's not what we need right here. So what we'll do is we'll just go to 1. Also, the rails that were there before were like really bad rails. Like, I think that my rails are bad right now, but you guys should have seen how bad those rails really were. So we'll do a nice little curve like this, and then from this point, there's a bit of a bug here. I can't watch. I hit my head off something, glitching out right there. Anyways, we're gonna just continue down this way. It is a little expensive, but I mean, listen, guys, we gotta have this thing working good. So we'll go over like this so we can big wide curve, and then this one luckily is already much good. It's just all right. There we go. Something like this will work. So now that we have that, we should be able to run so much more efficiently, because our guys were stopping all the way back there, which makes no sense. But I guess they were a little bit confused. So it is what it is. Let's go to build. Let's go to bad rails. Let's go to one track, and there's a little crossover section there and there. And make sure I have one on this side as well. And as soon as we can, we're gonna upgrade the tracks on this stuff there. We'll just say So signaling wise, we want it to go like this way, and looks good, looks good, looks good. Yep, to about there. Perfect. So what that's going to allow us to do is now go to here, build a second one of these, and do the same thing we did over there, but over. So we'll say that we want the top one to go in. So, I mean, it's a little ugly, but it doesn't matter. So looking at the signaling on this now, we're going to say this is going to go one direction, this is going to come the other direction, and if you don't like it, oh well. Yeah, that looks about right. So now we have 2 trains doing the transporting from this space to the furniture like depot space. We actually can sell it. And I don't even know if we have 1 train over here doing this. We had 1 in storage, so we can go ahead and put him on here. Nicely done. And then let's just start working on a second. Place him here. And honestly, a third. This is our longest stretch here. So I'm perfectly fine with getting a couple of trains on this line, because I want this to be as efficiently as it possibly can. But there we go. So for now, that's going to have to work. We still have a pretty good entry line here. 2 trains on this section and 4 on this will be just fine. And then 2 on the other side, I think is perfect. So that's kind of our first route done. Now we got to just deliver a bunch more wooden planks, which we should hopefully be able to do very soon. You can see we actually have storage full here. So we got to get this thing emptied out as soon as possible. We have to unlock the 3rd platforms. That will come in due time. But for now, I got to save a bit more money. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, we're at a very interesting crossroads. Is that a pun? I don't know train logic. Anyways, we have the option to get more platforms, longer trains, or faster rails. Right now, excuse me. Our current speed is like 50 kilometers an hour, which I hate. I hate kilometers. Anyways, we have about 50 kilometers an hour rails. But once we upgrade them, they go up to 90 kilometers an hour, which is basically double. Now, the thing I want to know is the max speed is 80 kilometers an hour for these trains, so they will be able to go faster. So let's start the research on this. We need 300 tons of furniture to be delivered, which is insane. Yeah. Wait, is only 300 tons? Wait a minute. 300 tons of furniture. This guy's 150, and we have 450 inside of here. So that's actually not going to be super hard. Then we upgrade all of our rails. All of our guys get faster, and after that, I think we start working on getting longer trains, because that's going to be very, very, very useful. We need to get a couple more stars. Actually, no, we don't. We have to just do the previous research. So, yeah. Okay. So what I'll do is we will run a couple 1 trains with all buggies behind it, and then some with double like engines up front to help maybe a little bit more get that number, get that speed up, get that time down. Just so tracks are getting abandoned due to them not being used. And apparently in my last playthrough, that was happening a lot on my just regular routes, which means that we needed more trains. And luckily, I have a bunch of beautiful commenters who made sure I knew, so thank you so much for that. But yeah, after we deliver this first load and then this second load, we're going to be done with this upgrade already, and we'll have faster rails and can do the same upgrade again, but even faster. So I'm excited for this. Now this hill right here is going to be, it's going to be very bad for our trains. They're going to despise it. But I mean, listen guys, there's not much we can do right now. I mean, the hill is here. Now, while that all goes, I do have some extra money. So I'd really, wouldn't it be kind of fun to have a route that goes from this passenger to our other one? Now, the route's going to be kind of funky because we have to dodge these buildings and dodge these buildings. But I think I could maybe go underground and go basically straight there. So I'm going to grab, and actually, can I even go underground yet? No, I think I just have to click on something. Now, if I go like this, that is not going under. But if I go like this, that's right. Okay, that's how I do it. So we'll actually, let's go above right here. Partially because we need to, but partially because I think there is like an invisible rail there. Just keep her going straight and just bring that elevation. That's the word. Bring that down quite a little bit there. Bitch down there. The height is 0 there. And then we're just going to too close to water. For some reason it decided to go underground there, but that's, if I was to just go to about here, can I make this work? No, because these actually do go under. We can do something like this. That didn't work at all. Is there just a, I'm spoiled from the last game we played, and I actually deleted my whole rail. I'm gonna throw it. Okay, there we go. That's yeah, I mean, it actually doesn't look very bad. It actually looks keep it like that. Now, I probably should go do it now and just add more, do a double direction like on most of our main roads. But I really just am doing this temporarily so I'm really not too. Yeah, we're gonna go through here, weave through here, and I think, yeah, just make a big loop like that, and that should be fine. We need to go grab a little train here. You can see they are making passengers. And with this train, I mean, we don't have the right cargo, but we'll try it, I guess. Will it pick up the people? Oh, it's leaving. It is going to the other passenger station, so we'll just take it over there for him and save some time. But yeah, this might work. All right, yeah, he's leaving this one too. I don't know. We'll leave him going. That's why I didn't want to build 2 sections. Hopefully everyone understands that. Okay. So I have an extra vehicle in my, I'm not sure why that is. I have 1 train on this line. All right, cool. That's easy. We stole them from this line. That's it. So now we can start the process of upgrading all of these other rails to the slightly better option and get all of these. And 90 kilometers an hour is going to be a lot faster, which it's going to be 80 for these guys for the time being. And that's also before we start worrying about cargo, train length, all that fun stuff. Before then, though, 90 miles an hour is not going to be bad at all. And by the way, I'm just going to say miles an hour now because I don't ever say kilometers in my day-to-day life. So if you hate it, let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, we have a pretty good loop right now. Because yeah, everyone's going 80 miles an hour, which is great. And now we're gonna start working on upgrading the 500 tons of the sell point. So it's gonna be expensive, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, we're gonna upgrade this little line too for the funsies of it. Looks like that worked all the way there. And yeah, there's 62 passengers here, which is good. Now we can also deliver these people to which is something that I might be in. Now, did I unlock the advanced route creation? And the way I do that is, let me quickly go through, grab everybody, just get everybody's lines figured out. Because now we could actually have so that we could have 1 big line technically, and then just tell them where they need to go. Until we need to expand, we're not gonna worry about it. We're going to add a stop. We're gonna add a stop. So you can see, they're going this to this. That's it. And that should be good. So now, once we place this guy down, it's actually gonna change the way his carts look. We're going to clone this line, place him down there, and there you go. Now we need a line that goes from a rectangle shaping facility with the death of me all the way down here to the furniture. So that is going to be wooden planks. Send these guys down. We're going to want a total of 4 of these guys, I think is good. And that's going to be 4 right there. And you can also see now we can actually see what they're doing. And then we want one of these guys to be in charge. Okay. Oh, it does update his cards, which is very cool. So I don't know how much money we're gonna get from this. It's gonna be a line we can definitely run. We're getting lots of passengers on there right now, which is awesome. And you can see, look at this, the loading speeds get slowed down when the current platform of the train, which we can upgrade. But and last but not least, we have got to get a line here, this guy, and that should be perfect. Ooh, these carts are different too. They're gonna be like the ones that they go on the back of the semis with. So that's gonna be furniture there to there. Cool. So now, guys, we can just add trains in here, and they have set routes they have to go on. And because we set up the lines to have certain directions, everything should be working correctly. Emphasis on should. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. You can see what they're actually loading up now. So we got about 500 tons of furniture in this spot right here. And you can see it slowed down because it is for the train. So how do we upgrade that? You might be asking yourself. Well, it's gonna be, it is tied to this one. It just doesn't say it. So after we finish upgrading this one, we're gonna upgrade that one. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back once I have both these upgraded and all of my lines working extra hard. And look how good this looks when it's fully set up and running correctly. That's all. With the faster lines. Now, this is a lot more weight now. Maybe, unless it's just a skin changer. It might just be a skin change. But I thought they were only carrying 150 before. Now they're at 240. So, yeah, I'm gonna get to work. I'll be back once I have some trains making money. Well, money is saved. Let me just say that we have $900,000. And now it's time to make this line way better. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing we're going to do is delete some of it. Most of it can actually stay. I was going to delete it all, but most of it can actually stay. The thing I can really do to make this system a lot better is just going to be to upgrade the capacity for all of our platforms so they actually load fast and get them all up to platform level 4. This will make it so I can go into here. I can sell this little spot here. And what I can do then is just grab the old rails. Let me delete this real quick as well. Just kind of go up like this, and then over like that. And same for that as well. And basically just make these systems over here 2-way in, 2-way out systems. And it's just going to make my life so much easier and make it so that 2 trains can be loading up at once. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, Moocah, there's not a problem with trains running into each other at the station. But, I mean, that's because we don't have enough trains. So our next little upgrade is going to be to upgrade our trains, upgrade the length of said trains, and eventually max it out. But we're definitely going to run out of research before we max anything else out. So, I'll tell you what, it goes on this side. So let me just quickly go ahead and just pop this in here. This can still be technically neutral zone. So what we can see here is this guy should stay straight in there. You go, look at this. So now when people are coming in, we can have 2 people loading at once. And we'll just pop something like this on here. When they're coming in, they need a way to get over here. So we'll do something like this. Come in, scooch over to this line if they need so, and there you go. Also, let's go ahead and upload this whole line. I kind of forgot to do that as well. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Now, eventually, we'll come back and upgrade everything again, and probably have to end up rebuilding a bunch of crap, but for the time being, I think it's going to be fine. So, like, look here. We have 2 extra sections over here now that are both going to go into our existing line, and that's just going to be pretty difficult to do. So, what I'm going to actually go ahead and do is just delete these crossover sections, and I want to just bring everything straight out a little bit so we have some leeway. We need this to cross over first, this to cross over second, but when they're coming from this direction, they also need to cross over. So we can cross over there, and then they can cross over there. So they can hopefully access all 4 of these ports here. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to work, but we'll definitely have to keep an eye on and watch. This one will not. See how there's a stop sign there. That means that did not connect properly. That should work, though. No, it's not working. But they could use this one to get back over to this one, and that one back to that one. So actually, it should work fine. No way, said the wooden planks guys. Okay, so that's fine. But yeah, this looks good here. It all should be fine. Again, we don't have the issue where there are enough trains for it to even be a real issue just yet. But once we do eventually come up to that point, we'll just have to make a fix for it. Now look here, this guy here is very, very confused. And I think that's because, yeah. So we're going to take this off. We're going to take this off because we have to add a crossover point here. So when they're coming from this way, they can hop back over on that side, which should hopefully fix that. Let's see, one more time. There we go. So yeah, that just messed up our plank guy for a quick second, but we got that fixed. So it should be good now. Now we already got this whole line good to go. This one here is nice and doubled. And then once we expand it again, we'll do 3 and 3. And so we'll have to do a little bit of reworking, but it should be too bad. This guy here is a little bit broken as well. I think it's because there's technically a little bit of a line here. So what I could do maybe is just maybe bring this out and then I can delete this section. I don't know. We'll just place him back on here and see what his issues really are. But yeah, it might be because the signaling is messed up. No, it's fine. So yeah, I think it was just a bug because we swapped some things around over here. But yeah, I can't delete this point for some reason. So it'll have to work for now. Now coming up this direction, we're probably good, honestly, on this because it already has 1 drop off. We'll go ahead and just expand it to 2. That's going to automatically fit in there perfectly. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, cool. So now our job is going to be just to make our trains better, make them longer, and make them work a little bit more efficiently. But to do most other upgrades now, we're going to have to get into different stuff. Sand, coal, glass, copper ingots, lots of crap. So before we do that, let's make sure our initial line, which is going to be pretty much our backbone for this system, is going to be good. By the way, also, we do have this guy working pretty well. However, he is definitely struggling a little bit. What I'm going to do on this system is something like this. I'm just going to have him curve kind of around. So I want him to, yes, I want him to join up like this. If that works. I think it worked. Because we can keep this a one-way system and then have multiple trains kind of coming in behind. Although you can see here it did mess up. But if I change this direction, going this way, and then also do the same thing with this, I think that should work. I guess it won't. Well, it's time for us to redo this because I think it does actually make us money. So we're just going to delete all that crap and delete all this crap because we're going to make this a double line synchronization crap thing. You know what I'm saying? Get these nice and long. Let's go ahead and just get, let's get four. Let's get four of these bad boys here. Okay, we're just gonna firstly pull everything out. And what I like to do is just like a gradual system. So this one will go into here. This one will go into here. And now we have basically our two directions, like so. So once we have that, we're going to want to just make a primary line, then just get this one next to it. And then what we'll have to do is, like, say this point will be our spot where we start transferring people over to different lines. Boom, like so. There we go. And now we're left with the pretty much perfect thing we need. As long as this connects, good. I mean, we could have these cross lines, but it's usually a bit of a recipe for disaster. So we're going to try to avoid that at all costs. And I'm just going to keep this one high because when we eventually expand all that stuff, we don't want that coming in and messing us up. Let's get this down to 0. Let's just keep this about here. And just like that. It's also going to be, I think, a little bit shorter of a route, which is good. And then what we're going to do is go into here. Build however many you have on the other side. Like so. Those are already both on there, which is good. But I really... yeah, we'll just do this. It's fine. Something like that. So they do join up right there. They should be able to cross to every different way. And, yeah, that should be good. So now we just place these guys back down. And this route should be open, hopefully. A little bit shorter, a little bit more efficient. There's a bit of a hill there, but that's fine. And now we have longer trains as well. So we're going to go ahead and just... let's get a max train. So it looks like it's one guy, 6 little things behind him. And we'll just start filling up. Now, this is going to be, you know, slowed down because it's too much. But it's okay. So we'll get enough of these for each one. So we have one already. One will be a little bit shorter, and then the other 3 will be a little bit longer. And there we go. That should be plenty there. Now it's time to do pretty much the same thing, but for everything else. All the original lines desperately need some improvement. So let's just start with our log line. Best way I know to do that is just to take them off the line first. Upgrade the existing ones, then add what else we need. So let's get him on here. Just gonna clone this line. Let's grab this guy. Give him some more things there. Same with that guy. And lastly, same with that guy. Cool. So we should see those guys start to work out all their issues, which we do have this thing full. So we're gonna need a lot more trains on this plank line. So we have 4 on this line. Plus, let's add another like 4. I think we just double this route density, which I forgot I can actually just clone this line. So what is that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need one more. Clone that. Just start placing these guys down accordingly. And this is going to be a ginormous upgrade for where we were to where we're going. This is going to make this line so much more efficient. How is this guy off the tracks? I have no clue, but there you go. Also, I got to make sure I do fix this line as well. Let's get this going that way and that one that way. So I should also fix those guys because they were all waiting for the track to empty, but that's not how this is supposed to work. This guy is incredibly confused. All right, there we go. Now these guys are working as accordingly. We got a lot of stoppage here. Let's grab this guy. He's on the wrong thing there. Let's just place these guys further down. Give us some more leniency here. Okay, that looks like that fixed the problem there. You can see this whole thing over here, this little wheel. Once we have enough production from one spot, it'll spin a wheel to randomize upgrades. You can see like this one has more storage capacity. Work around the loading speed and production speed, but yeah, there we go. And that's just going to happen if we have high enough demand on each spot. So we want to keep trains moving as often as possible so that we can keep those things upgrading. It's going to be super helpful if we can get them. These guys are working hard here. Let's go ahead and give them... it's a pretty short route, so we're going to just give them maybe 2 more here. So we'll do this one. And we'll just clone this twice. So actually a total of 3. There we go. That's going to help us make even more money. And here in a little bit, we should start to see some trains. This one's just clearing out, but these ones should be going back that direction with a load full of planks and the logs. Looks like it's doing pretty good, but you can see like we're not filling up all the trains. So this one will upgrade accordingly as needed to hopefully match the production that's needed. So there you go. Let me make sure. Is this correct here? Ah, look at that. We didn't do that either. This section over here desperately needs a little rework, so let me just get this looking good over here. This is pretty confusing. Okay, so very simply, we'll just need a spot to cross over both directions. Now we need to go signaling. Just take this crap off, and that crap off. There we go. That should hopefully fix all of our issues right there. This guy's gonna be a little confused, but it's okay. He'll get back on the right track eventually. This guy is unloading, so that's good. So yeah, we need to expand our spots even more because you can see we did upgrade and it did give us more space. However, now we upgrade our trains again, so it's kind of not. It kind of counteracted it. Now to start this, we're gonna deliver 4,000 tons of sand to complete. So while everything else over here is working out, which hopefully shouldn't be long before it's all, you know, fixed up and good to go, we need to start working on some sand production and hopefully make it worth our while. Yeah, we are making money though, I think, here from these passengers. We are unloading a lot of passengers, so this is very good. But yeah, let's take a look here. Nice, the tree station got upgraded again. We need a sand. So here's glass, and here's coal, and here's sand. So to make glass, it's coal and sand to make glass panes, and then we just ship them across the river there, and we're good. And we can also deliver them here, I guess, if we needed to, but I'd much rather prefer not to. Let's start the sand theft operations up. We need to start delivering that to the glass facility as soon as possible. So let's just take a look here. This is going to be literally just a drop-off point. So we're going to build max capacity, and we're going to just start by doing our thing, man. Just pull everything out a little bit. Drop it down to the middle too. Join these both in accordingly. And then up here somewhere, we'll just add a little cross sections. There we go. That looks nice. Then we go back to 2 tracks, and we just start heading out towards this glass facility, which I think is this right here. No, it's passenger station. This is the glass facility here. So what we can actually do is, that's actually super simple and pretty straight. So we'll call that good for now. And then we'll just simply expand this bad boy out. And it's perfect because we can do the first 2 to be for sand and then the next 2 for coal. Now this coal line is going to have a bit of a struggle, I won't lie. Is it's going to be responsible for going up that mountain. Alright, that's all set up though. And I got an issue with these passenger trains. What's going on over here? Oh, yeah, he doesn't have a way to get back to the main line. That makes sense. Okay, something like that should work, and then we just take that away. And that should fix his issues. It's okay. To block this off, we'll just make another little section like this. And then we can remove this, and that will... There we go, that fixes his issues there. Perfect. This piece of floating grass here, don't worry about that. It's not real. And that looks pretty much perfect. We'll go ahead and just take this off just in case. Actually, it has to be off so this guy can cross over there. So that's fine. That should fix that issue there. Looks like we got some guys here, but they're just waiting to drop off, which is perfect. And hopefully everything else is running pretty much smoothly. Anyways, back to the coal mine. Let's get these guys down here. Like, yeah, look at this. Look how awful this is going to be. So we have 2 options. We can go through the mountain, or we can attempt to make some sort of like bridge thing. I don't see this working. It's got to end up clear over here as well. What we could do, it's green. We're going to take it and then start. Maybe we just go in like a little spiral here and just going to start heading down. It's just barely too sharp. Just go like this. Love it. And then down. Can we go down? Come on, let me go down. Just let me go down real quick. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work, but yeah. Okay, I mean, listen, it's not the prettiest thing ever, but there you go. We have it made. Yeah. So we're going to need a lot of sand on this line. Luckily, it's really pretty much straightforward. It's pretty well made. I don't think we should have any issues with that. So from sand theft operations to the glass facility, we're going to go to max. And I'm just going to get 5 of them. It's probably going to be good. That's going to be a lot of sand for this factory, which is actually 6. I lied. But yeah, 6 total, which is going to be just fine for that. They're going to all get in there, get to work, and that'll be good. Now we need to make another line from the coal to the glass factory, which I don't know. if it's easier for me this time to get back to where I was, or like similar to where I was, but definitely feels like I'm flying through this early game, which is great. So yeah, we'll do 6 and 6. I think that should be hopefully be fair enough. I don't know if these trains are going to be strong enough to bring him up the mountain here, but yeah, we'll have to see, that's for sure. There you go. All these guys are going to be filling up. We really need these things to get to work as fast as possible. Now we need a way to get the production goods, aka the produced goods, from this glass factory to wherever we need to bring it next. Now, what I'm going to have to end up doing is using the same line that these coal guys are going to use temporarily until we can unlock another station, because I don't want to take off 2 and 2. I want to keep like how it is. So we're going to have to somehow get to... I mean, I feel like that's our easiest option. We got to just go across the river and up this mountain to about there. If not, we have to go all the way back down the length of the sand theft operations, all the way up this mountain to that freight terminal. Yeah, I think I'm good off that. I think we're going to try to just shoot it across the river and up this mountain. It is a mountain either way we shake it, unfortunately. Just test something here. If I was to just do a rough guesstimate, I can actually do a marker path, I think, that nobody would actually drive on it, I think I want to do something like this, then join them up like that. I think that's about right. This is a bit of a tunnel here, a bit of a hill again, but it's going to bring the stuff directly back to the drop-off point. Now, I don't know, like, are our guys going to freak out when this thing is built and try to go around? If that's the case, I'm going to have another set of rails here that's going to dart off to give these guys a way back, which is fine, but it does just add that extra step of issues. So we'll do something like this, then just cross them over like so. We need to make sure that the signaling is correct. These are only going this direction. Yeah, that way they can't come onto this way. Remove that one. No, can't remove that one. I lied. Okay, so we'll have to just see if that works. If they even use it. If they don't use it, it's no harm, no foul. But let's just upgrade this thing. So that's now upgraded rails that go all the way back to here, all the way back to here, all the way back to here, and end up here. But yeah, because it doesn't connect back, I would imagine they wouldn't go all the way down there, just turn around. But you know what? You can't ever be too certain with these guys. Some of them are just made to make you upset. So what we're going to do is we're going to predict the game's going to be stupid, and we're just going to make another little exit route here as well. Look at that. Perfectly loops back around. Awesome. Awesome possum. So we'll just do something like this, something like this. That's going to fix that issue. We also need to definitely make sure we have this line correct. So right now it definitely isn't. There you go. Our first guy is going back up the hill now to get more coal. We do have a couple of questionable idiots going down the wrong side, which is going to be fun whenever they hit each other head on. So for now, I guess you're on the wrong side too, buddy. What are you? Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what these guys are on, but it'll work out because he's actually on the other side. So it will work out for now. Okay, so let those guys do whatever the heck they're doing. And never mind, because this guy's on the wrong side. Okay. I always forget to do signaling until it's too late, and then I have to wait and watch chaos happen. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and grab this guy for now, and we'll just place him here. No. There you go. No. You can go there, but you're gonna have to wait because someone's coming. Yeah, we'll see how this goes, guys. But there you go. We have the loop, and that section's good now. So I can make a line that will deliver from the glass factory to this guy. Now, this does beg the question, how would these guys know how to turn around? That's a really good question. Somebody at the sand rail's not happy either, so yep. Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. Chaos ensure, whatever the word is. What's going to happen, I don't know. Is this signaling correct either? No, it's not. Let's go ahead and fix that. Just avoid those mistakes early. Okay. We'll have to just lose a little bit of coal, but in the long run, it's going to be worth it. So yeah, let's see how these guys are going to interact. This guy's loading up while this guy's unloading. If he just turns around, I'm not going to worry about the logic of it, and we know it's good. But if he goes forward, I am going to be a little nervous because that means that this glass guy, yep, look here, no path found. So that means we're going to have another turnaround spot for this guy. Yep, this is not going to be possible. Yep, for the time being, we're going to have one drop-off zone and one pickup zone. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but man, that's very unfortunate. I did selections in radius, and it just deleted the whole line. I'll be back in a little while, guys. Oh my. Okay, so I've saved up almost $3 million. Screw it, we're gonna call it $3 million. And now I just want to start fresh, because now we have a general idea of what everything is going to require. So now it's time to start working on expansion. So the first thing I'm going to do is, because I finished my research, there's the word, I'm going to go ahead and max out the capacity for basically every platform we own. And I am going to start building out the dream setup, ladies and gentlemen. You hear me? The dream setup. Because what I want to have happen here, ladies and gentlemen, is the most ultimate, okay, efficient railway system you've ever seen. The best way I know to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is by starting fresh, clearing my brain out, and making stuff work. Now, what we're going to do first, you can see here, this is ginormous. Honestly, it's way too big, way too much, but, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, guys. What we'll do is I'm just going to start by laying the basically, like, just the groundwork. Okay, so we have now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... So there's 8, my goodness, 8 different spots here, 8 different spots here. And because this is just going here to here, we can go 4 to 4, that's fine. 4 all the way down there to 4, that's fine. And the thing that I'm thinking to do here is to make it basically a 2-lane system. So both these lanes will go that direction, both these lanes will come this direction. Now I have to figure out what is the best way to get everything working correctly. And I gotta say, I think something like this is going to be our best bet. So, right, you come in this way on this inside lane, outside lane, you can go to both these options here and this option. So it's 3 of the 8 covered. Now, to get over to the rest of these, it's going to be a little bit complicated, okay? So we're going to figure out, so from this lane here, we can cross over to here. That now gives this lane access to that. Which means we also need to cross this one over to here like this, which gives the outside lane access to this and this. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of the 8 covered. Then we're going to need to bring this up like so, and bring this up like so. So now we need a way to get to these ones, and I guess the best way to do that is going to be to go over like this, over like this. We're going to have multiple just because we want people to have multiple chances to get where they need to go, and then over like this. Now, this is extremely complicated, but you should see now that everything has a way to get to where it needs to go. Everything from the very right can get to the very left, and everything from the very left can get to the very right. But now we got to think about departures, okay? Coming out of here, how do we want this to work? So, eventually, these two are going to have to be separated. So, I guess we start again from the left side and start working our way over. And what we could do is just try to mirror this same setup by going this way, I guess. We'll go like this, right? We'll start off. Okay, so these 2, 3 actually can get over to the middle. Perfect. And now from this opening spot, we can go to about there. It's not giving me the too sharp notification, so I think it should be fine. And from here, you can go to there. And I'm not going to do the signaling to the very end, but this looks pretty complicated, but I do think it's going to work. I need to look up the real, like, railway systems and see how they actually do it. Because, to be honest, I don't really know what they do. But the same thing needs to happen over here. This one's going to be a little bit easier, though. We just do something like, oops, excuse you, like this. And then now both lanes can get all the way over here, and both these lanes can get back over there. I think that actually is perfect. So let me look up how the railroads actually do this so I can see if there's a more efficient way. All right, maybe I'm just bad at Googling, but I'm not finding much of anything here. I don't even know what I would phrase it as. I don't know train stuff, okay? Forgive me. But if I was to go back to here and I was to set this, it does appear like they are cutting off in the right spots. And over here, yeah, they're doing the right thing over here as well. So, listen, we're going to give it a shot, and we're going to see what happens. And just see if this is going to even be possible. So what I'm going to do to really test this here is we're going to put trains on both the inside and the outside lanes here. It's also going to give us a lot more space to go ahead and get more trains on this line. But for now, we're going to see these guys hopefully do their thing here. Let me go through here as well. Just pick up anybody else that's still surviving out there. So what will we see these guys do? That's a great question, because I honestly do not know. He is going to continue straight. This guy should also continue straight. And these two are going to come in behind. And honestly, it won't ever matter, because we're never going to fill up all 8 of these. All I want to see is if these guys can get back to the very right side, because that's where they actually have to end up at. I mean, that should work. Now, we're going to lose a lot of our upgrades, unfortunately, but it's just the way it is. Looks like he's going to go to that one there, and this guy is going to go to the left and then to the straight. Okay, I mean, listen, that's fine with me. That does seem to be working. I'm probably going to get flamed in the comment section for this absolute mess of spaghetti lines here. But once our guys fill up here, which, by the way, these things are still too short, to extend our platforms again, what do we need to do? Is it? I think it's tied to this, actually, not these. But once they get finished, I want to make sure they can go back down to the other side and get in over there, and we'll know for a fact this is good. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of tweaking I'm going to have to do with due time. But for the time being, actually, let's go ahead and just get us a couple more trains for this line. Let's add maybe 2 more. And we'll do some shorter ones so that they can actually they can fit in here properly. And, yeah, so let's see what these guys do now. So this one's going to be open, but I want to see someone go to that one, which should be this guy here. He should be able to go full speed because he's not going to intersect with this guy anytime soon. So he should hop over, then over. And if he does that, we're going to be a good spot. Actually, no, he's just going to wait for this guy to get out of the way, looks like. Which is fine. There's actually 2 coming this way. He'll have to stop to him. Actually, no, it's perfect timing. He'll be able to go around. Now he's going to let him go. Okay, so he's still on the wrong side of the road. So he's going to have to jump over. Looks like he's going to choose this spot right here in the middle to jump over. And then he could jump over again if he wanted to. I don't know if he will, though. No, he's going to just decide to stay straight. Now, there's another train coming up, another train coming up. This is really good to see just the, actual ability of this spot. Now, if it's me, I'm seeing this guy right away. He's going to dart over there, dodge this guy barely, and then be good. But looks like he is trying to go forward now. This guy is good to just stay straight, so that's simple enough. That guy can get in there for free now. And as they, start to clear out, start to, get properly spaced, it's just going to make things easier and easier. So, there you go. Look at this bad boy right here. He's going to go ahead and swap over to the very right. We got these guys here, which are waiting for him, I'm guessing, to clear that. Oh, they are waiting. Okay, cool. One of them did decide to go. Perfect. So, he's going to go, hop over to. They're going to follow him out. And, looks like this is going to work. So, there you go. We got this guy getting into here, unloading, and getting that to work. This guy is going to be full, so he's going to be able to turn around pretty quickly. And then whenever he's ready to go out, ooh, there's no way to get back to the other side. So what we'll do is we're just going to mirror this like that. And then signaling, we'll have to do a little bit of work on some of these. Okay, there we go. And that's going to there, which is fine. And that's going to there, which is fine. So that should have worked. Now when he comes out, they both come out. They're going to have to go back over. And whoever comes in next should decide to go to this 3rd slot. And that will be all of our issues figured out. These guys are still waiting a little bit, but to be honest, there's a lot going on over here, so that's fine. And they're pretty big trains as well. But there you go. That's going to be basically all we can do for that. We'll come back eventually, upgrade all the rails once we get better rails. But for the time being, I think this is going to work. If this guy goes to the 3rd slot, then I'll know for a fact that my brain does in fact work. And ringy dingy dingy, the brain does work. Hallelujah. Okay, cool. There you go. This guy's heading out now. And the last guy will head out after that. And that's everybody working. Now, this side is a little bit more, crowded. But this big X pattern seems to be working quite well. So I'll probably just do that. Because, they can go here to here. 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 There's a lot of options for them to take. So it's going to make our life a lot easier. I'll make sure that this guy gets in this 4 slot here. And we should hopefully see this working. The storage is full, though. So we're probably going to be able to store about 2,000 tons of logs, and that'll probably be max. So let's see if this guy can get to the very left. All right, crossover once, crossed over twice, and a total of 3 times. Heck yeah. So that line is officially working, and easily enough, because this is only a 4 slotter, You know, taking off from here is going to be a heck of a lot easier. We'll just do something like this, and then we'll do the crossover section around this bend. It's going to give our guys a little bit more time to get through there. Give these guys a little bit more leniency to get off that spot. And all in all, should just make our life a little bit easier. So we can actually just route this, which also the little glitched out thing is gone. Sweet. Now this is going to go through the mountain, which I'm actually fine with. Something like that, a nice big old tunnel. Can't beat a big old tunnel, y'all. And then something like this. This is going to be easy enough. We'll do those 4 for incoming and these 4 for outgoing. And now we just do our little X design, and this line should be good to go. Might be the easiest one. Let me not jinx it, though. So to there, and from there to there. And now we just mimic it on this side. That might be too sharp there, but we'll adjust it when needed later on. And then over here, we'll do the same thing. And then I won't show you guys the rest of the process, because once you see this, you have a pretty good idea for what we're going to do for the rest of it. And we're literally just going to go back and redo every line to be like this. Now we have 8 platforms for each spot, which is going to make our lives so much easier. But there you go. This one here might definitely be too sharp. So let me just redo these. But yeah, anyways, you get the gist. I'll make sure these all work, and I'll be back once I've done all the existing lines. Hopefully making them all super efficient and running a lot faster. So BRB. Okay, so I have reworked literally everything. Let me show you some of the progress. So the glass factory works a lot better now because we have the sand factory actually doing its job. And the way I was able to do that is by delivering people from up top the hill there. And we have these guys stealing a little bit of sand and bring it to the sand eaters, which is way over here. I'm going to go underground this entire length. Still going. And it comes up right here and just kind of heads out to the criminal sand eaters there. It is so good. I mean, it's giving a ×6 production to my sand stuff, which is beautiful. Then, of course, I have my coal production up here. What is this? Oh, more forest. Okay. Anyways, I got my coal production up here, and that's working beautifully. That goes down this giant hill here and leads up to here, where we dump out coal and pick up the glass and dump off sand. Then the glass makes its way around here, all the way up here, all the way around here, all the way around here, all the way around here, back to the exporting facility. And of course, I have a giant line for the furniture, and it's working pretty good. You can see we're still needing more trains because this guy here is still maxed out, but it is okay. We have guys leaving with semi-full loads though, so we do need to increase that a little bit. But yeah, this is all pretty much the exact same, just expanded 1 extra. And as you can see here, we're actually running low on logs, but we have a full 2,000 tons storage, so that's not a big deal either. And yeah, other than that though, everything else is working as intended. And I just finished research to get larger, longer spaces, so there you go. We have no more issues with that. Now it's time for me to start working on some other upgrades. Electronics is going to be needed for advanced signaling, which is going to be so nice to have the trains allowing each other to be closer and closer together, which is going to make everything run even more efficiently. But for now, let's get the faster diesel locomotives. We got delivered 2,000 tons of coal, which shouldn't be too difficult considering just how much coal we're shipping out at once. Now, can the factory actually keep up with our current amount of coal? It does look like it. Yeah, we have some trains coming back empty. So there you go. 2,000 tons of this shouldn't be too hard to do at all. In fact, we have 300 tons there, 300 tons there, 300 there, and 300 there. So that's pretty much it with just those couple of trains. So that's really good. Then we get these, which go 110, which means we're also going to need better rails, which we can do next. And then I think we do connecting locomotives. But honestly, so far we haven't had issues with speed. Everyone's still able to hit their max speed pretty easily. So everything's working quite well. There's a little couple glitches here, which looks like there's no rails, but it's just the angle. You can see they are there, but they're just kind of covered. So yeah, other than that, everything else is running quite smoothly, and it's time to start looking at making our next production line. Those lines are all good. I'm happy with those. We could do little tweaks here and there, but for the most part, those are good. Now I do have coal right here, which means I can get to the iron smelter very easily. And then the iron ingots can go down here to this thing extremely easily. Sand can get here pretty easily. Copper ingots are going to be needed. But for now. Let's just figure out how easily we can get this. There's copper there, so we'll need a copper smelter, which I think is clear over here. So this is going to be a long line. So here's the steel melting plant. So this will be make steel beams, which we could sell. There's another iron mine over here, though, so we could probably use this instead. There's another coal mine over here, copper plant, and melting plant. So where do we actually get the ore? So we add this with this to get iron ingots. But I guess, I guess we just put it into the steel melting plant. I don't see an iron melting plant. Oh, I definitely could have just missed it. There, okay, it's right here. I'm just an idiot. Cool. So that's gonna make our iron ingots, which then we can ship right to there, actually, to get the iron ingots in there. So we have that done and that done. So after that, we have to figure out how to get copper ingots there, and then that'll be electronics being manufactured, and that's going to be a big task. But I won't go ahead and just start on it because we're going to need to get this going as soon as possible. We actually won't need coal for this, which is nice, but we do need coal for this. So let me start by getting a visual lock on. Okay, this is the iron smelter. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly max this thing out to see what we're working with here. We can get it to a total of 8 platforms with the almost max platform capacity. So this thing's quite large. We can definitely use this. I think we'll do, maybe we need 2 in for raw iron, 2 in for raw coal. Actually, I'll do 3 in for both of those, and then 2 out for the melted ingots to go down the hill. That's going to be a pretty fast one, considering all things. So that should be easy. And then up here is where we're going to need to come out from. But we have tons and tons and tons of space up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell these 2 rightmost ones, and we'll just use these for ingots. All right, there's that. So now we can use these 2 to go feed directly into that. And it's only 2, so it's going to be relatively simple. But yeah, I think what we'll do is, we can plug these pretty much straight in here. Let's see how this line looks. It's a little funky, but it definitely will work just fine. It's going to be completely set up already, so we're going to just start getting this thing all set up. It is only going to be a double inner, so it's not going to be complicated. It's not going to be super efficient, but I will take that because we're not going to need a whole lot of coal for this. Hopefully, maybe we just need a ton. I'm just being silly, but that should be fine. I think there's another coal mine on the other side of the spot there we can use for the copper stuff. And then maybe we just deliver the copper ingots all the way around the outside and get there. I don't really know exactly yet, but that's just kind of what I'm thinking. That's all set up so we can get this signaling correct. Bang. And now let's start doing some of this work here. What I'm actually going to do is take these old passenger trains and just make them a new line from this to that. We'll max them out. We can max them out now. We can actually do 6 at a time, so we'll start doing that. And then we'll just, on this line, it's going to be 8 to 19. And I think we'll just do a total of 4 of these. We actually do have the new trains unlocked. Unfortunately, it's like, I don't really want to go back and replace everything. We will place one of the new trains on this line, and that should be fine. This might empty out our coal for a little bit here, but that's fine. So this is going to go on here. So now we're going to have coal being delivered. And now we just got to figure out how to get iron over here. Let's get this up to 2 here. Let's get this on here. Let's get this just sort of moving up this direction. Is this? No, that's the freight terminal. Where was this thing at? Okay, so it's all the way down that hill. In that case, what's probably going to be easier to do is just to simply grab 2. So we can actually do more. We'll just do a total of 4 on this one. No reason to have more than that for this many people, because it's only going to be able to go down to 2 anyway. So could I do it? Yeah, but it really wouldn't do a whole lot of good for us. We'll come out like this. And now, if I just go all the way over here, there's a chance we could perfectly snap, and look at that. It's going to cut underneath all that stuff there and make that so much easier. And there we go. That line is literally done. That's how simple that was. And after we make these 2 little intersections, game, you going to clear that out? Guess not. Whatever. After we clear out these 2 intersections and get these good to go, then bang, we're set. So all we do is something like this. And bada bing, bada boom, these are good to go as well. So now we're just going to simply use these new trains because we're going to want these as fast as possible. We can go up to 9, 10. We're going to stick to 9 though, because I think 10 might be doing that same, oh, it's too long, so it won't fit at the station. So we're going to just try to prevent that as best as possible. And there we go. That's raw iron line set up. We'll get, I think 5 trains on this line should be pretty much good. It's going to be a lot of raw iron, and we're probably not going to be able to fill up all these trains immediately, but once they get going, once they get spaced out, maybe they'll catch up. But there you go. That's going to hopefully get that going. It looks like it is already producing a little bit. 0.8 tons a second is not crazy, but that's fine. And we do have that still working. We could maybe put some of those down there to that raw iron mine, but I really don't care too much about how fast this thing works. Don't really need it to be the fastest thing ever. I just need it to semi-decently work. So once we have that, we're going to just ship them out, literally probably through the mountain down to this. Go ahead and just get as many as we possibly can, because we're probably going to actually end up using all of them here. And yeah, once we get these, that's going to be the last bit of research that we're going to be able to need. The last, like, pretty much necessary thing, because everything else we're going to need is going to be going, you know, through the process, so it's going to count as deliveries and stuff. So this should all be good. I'm hoping. So now we just have to worry about getting everything plugged into this. So we'll do the closest to, and listen, it's too sharp, too steep. I get it. But if I go like this, it should wrap all the way around, and there you go. Now we have some possibilities to deliver here. So we're gonna grab one of these new trains. We're gonna add a stop here, and then add a stop at that bad boy down there. We'll just do 3 for now, and that should be fine. I do need to make sure I have my crossover points, which underground it does get a little messy, but we'll try our best here. Sweet, and then we can get this signaling set up correctly. Bang, and that should all be working efficiently and correctly. That's quite the, actually the climb isn't as bad as it looks. I guess it's because the mountain's just so high. This actually isn't that much higher, so that's all good. That's all good. That's all set up. These guys are getting their stuff in there. Just gonna go ahead and grab this guy because he needs to be sitting back here. Honestly, we'll just put him there for now. Cool. So there we go. We might have a little bit of stuff here. There's probably not a ton because, yeah, I don't think the iron ingots have even made it once yet. Let's see. Everybody is just sitting there waiting for something else to clear. I think, yep, I definitely did forget to do the signaling. My bad. All right, that should fix all those issues. Nice. So that means we can finally have raw iron actually heading back towards here. Then that raw iron spot's also going to slowly but surely upgrade. And is there a... There is a passenger station nearby. We're going to go ahead and just hook this up. So we'll make a 3-platform runway. Honestly, no, we'll just do 2 because, listen, the 3 makes a weird gap on the end, and I don't really want to deal with that. So we're going to just go like this. It ain't got to be crazy. And then we can go ahead and add 2 more here and just call that the way for the passengers to go. Then what I actually can also do is just reuse those old passenger trains I had on this line because that'll work just fine. We'll go up like this and then just curve in here like this, down to 1, and then there you go. Because we're definitely going to need a bit of a production boost on the raw iron spot there. So this is going to be just fine. Oh, we have another iron ingot delivery guy. My iron ingot, where are you supposed to be? You're supposed to be there, I think. We do have some raw iron being unloaded, so we're actually getting some iron ingots loaded up for the first time, which is really cool to see. This is a pretty long trek. They are the newer guys, so they're a little bit faster. But again, it's quite the hill, so kind of is what it is for now. Let's see, it looks like there's one train here that's messed up. So we'll go ahead and just move him over there. Hopefully get that all situated. Then we take these trains. Go ahead and remove these stops. Add a line from... Sorry, I'm going to start here first. Okay. And bada bing, bada boom, that's going to be 20 to 23. Pop both those guys onto there, and we're going to start loading up passengers and getting them shipped over to the iron ingot production. And we should hopefully see this thing jump up a little bit. It actually is already better. We are kind of keeping up a little bit better. And this line is probably going to have a lot of downtime as well. So it's going to have a lot of time to save up enough resources to fill up the next train. And that'll make our life a little bit easier as well. So we're going to hope for that to work. We got these passengers still going down to the sand place. But guys, we should have seen how much we had. Now it's actually too much, funnily enough. And 2023 is not happy. Let's see what's going on here. But yeah, for the most part, this should work just fine. I think 2 trains on this is definitely enough. Okay, I see what happened. It just snapped to the wrong one. Get you all figured out there, my friend. Does that work? Does not. Sometimes, I don't know what the game's deal is. I think maybe it's technically too sharp. We'll just go something like that. A little larger. It's not working. And we could leave these things, like, open in terms of signaling, but I would prefer them not to be. What if we go like this? We go up like that, and then we'll do one up here. Just kind of split this up a little bit. Okay, that looks like it's going to work. Signaling, bang, and bang, and bang. Cool. That's all fixed now. There you go. He's going back the way he should be. And we should see this guy also. All right, well, he's coming back the wrong way, but come on there and fix that. Someone's upset about the log line. I don't know who's talking about that. But yeah, everything else seems to be working quite well. So now we have iron ingots being delivered to the manufacturing plant, which is very good. Who's freaking out over here? They're just mad because I gotta slow down. So now, what else do we need? Looks like we're gonna need copper ingots and then, of course, sand. Okay. Luckily, we do have enough sand to spare enough for this, which is fine. But copper ingots is gonna be the fun part. Look at that, another upgrade for sand theft operations. That's gonna help a little bit as well. Copper mine, copper plant, coal mine. Cool. We can make a little thing over here. Just gonna be nice and separate from everything else, which is actually very nice. So here's the coal mine. This should be the copper plant. Yep. And then there's also a coal mine. So we'll just get these all sorted out here. I will say we're making pretty good money right now. You can see it's pretty much always going up, which is great. Of course, I say that it stops moving. There you go. Which is good. So that's splendid. We're gonna go with a total of 6 years. So we have 2 in, 2 in, 2 out. Let's get this thing set up next, and then I'll go back through all of them and make sure the routing is good. But yeah, this line's gonna be pretty hefty. I won't lie, because this is gonna have to deliver the copper ingots all the way across the freaking map. So we're definitely gonna want to get better rails. Definitely sooner than later. And definitely going to be extremely important to get fast trains on these lines, because it's going to be quite a while. But there's those. So now let's set up all of our endings. This, about there, and then we'll just do a nice stretched out section like this, stretched out section like that. That should be good. Do the same on this line. Sweet. People are upset about something, but I don't care. And now I'm just gonna we'll do a total of 9 on these. Add a line from this to that. We'll do a couple of these trains here. It's not gonna be, thousands of them, but enough for each of these, which will be fine. Bang, 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 and bang. So hopefully we see this thing keep up. It's gonna need some upgrades though, for sure. It's also nice because our other coal factory probably can't supply all that stuff, so this is good that it has a separate. Now we need raw copper to be delivered here, which means we're going to need to do some setup here, which is simple enough right there. Also, I have to stop signaling over there, which I definitely forgot to do. A lot of moving parts, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that much. A little crossover section like this. That's definitely going to be too sharp right there, but let her ride. All right, that's good. It's going to be a nice long route there, so hopefully that copper plant can lock in and, provide enough for everybody. This way, and then this one's going to be reversed. They should all figure everything out here eventually. People are really upset about this line over here that we built. Let me go check this out. While those guys are all getting in place and getting everything working out, what are we doing here? Let's see. The spot was like right here. Yeah, it's this line. What are you so upset about? Huh? Oh, yeah, you should have gotten over earlier. Silly goose. For some reason, he decided not to get over earlier. Maybe the pathing's wrong on here. No, that's right. What we can go ahead and do is just set this one to also be like this so that they have no option. He should have to go right here. Go right. Go right. Don't be dumb. Don't be a hero. Okay. Now we're talking. So that should be fixed up there. You see here we already got some upgrades going on with the breakable glass facility, which is sweet. We have lots of trains delivering some coal. And then, yeah, let's start getting some trains on this copper line. I don't think I made one line yet. Let's see. No, I did not. So let's go ahead and make this next. I don't know how many trains we can have. But we're going to keep going until we can't no more. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the illegal copper mine in here. all the way up to this bad boy up here. And we're going to need a lot of trains on this line. So I'm going to go ahead and just place down, let's get 5 down. Now, they're all 5 new trains with tons and tons of carts. So, I mean, in theory, they should be able to keep up. But it's going to take a little bit. We're going to have to run low on copper for a little while before we can get that going. Because I just can't afford to bring passengers to every one of them. I guess I could. I could afford it. Okay, I have millions of dollars. But I would really prefer it not to happen that way. Now it's time for the fun part, which is to get the copper. Oh, this copper ingots look like buckets, though. Copper ingots all the way back to here. I mean, at this point, I think it might be easier to just go all the way around the outskirts of the map and try it that way. Because we're going to have a hard time getting over there. That's a far spot to go with pretty crappy railroads and honestly pretty crappy trains. So what we'll have to do is cross right here, if this lets me. So let's go there, and I don't want it to snap to this. I want it to go over the top of it. That looks like it did just that. We'll reset our height back to 0 and let the game decide where it wants us to place everything at. Yeah, we're gonna end up, you know, clear in this direction. And I mean, we're gonna need so many trains for this. I don't even know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna need so many trains. You see, we're right next to this other line now, which means that we can basically follow it up. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna be on the absolute edge of the map here. This is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna try to go up with this one. Keep it away from that line, then we can just follow the same path, basically. You can see here, if I go too much, we're getting a weird out of bounds error, so go to about there. There's this freight terminal here, which I want to definitely try to leave as open as possible. So we're just going to navigate through here best we can. We're going to have to go through here best we can. Cut across this best we can. And, I mean, I hope you guys can see just how wildly massive this is about to have to be. We're going to come down like this. That way we dodge. No, it didn't dodge it. Crap on a can. Sorry about that. Don't worry about that. It's not for y'all to worry about. It's for me to worry about. Just pretend it happened. Did I mess up our signaling? No, it's good. Sweet. So now we'll just, we'll need it to come around just like that. Except it's got to actually do its job a little differently. Okay. That's fine. Do that. And then right to there. Bang. Okay. That's never working. But it's actually fine because we can just, now that we have this set up, we can let the game kind of merge these things together here. I guess we'll have to, like, loop. We do something like this, and that might snap, crackle, and pop. Let's see if we can just lower this. Okay, that seems like it's gonna work. Yeah, it's an interesting looking track, but there you go. I mean, listen, we're gonna get like one of these deliveries every 30 years at this point. It's probably, yeah, it's probably not gonna be fast, quick. It's gonna be so slow, but it's okay because we don't need to make a ton of them. Admittedly, like we can kind of waste some time here. But yeah, that's quite the line. That's about as long as the trek from my house to New Mexico on foot, but that's okay. I'm just gonna get this line set up, get some trains bought, and buy way more trains than I think I need, and just call it a day. Because that's all you can do, ladies and gentlemen. You can't control everything, but what you can control is your attitude. Quote that. All right, let's get some trains on here. I think we're gonna do with 9. We'll do a couple with a ton of them, and then a few without. Wait, let me do this first. 1 second, guys. I'm a little silly. I'm a silly little guy. Let me just fix this up for y'all. 1 second, because I have got to. All right, that's hideous, but there you go. We will get the signaling set up first. I always forget to do that. Okay, so it's coming up here. Let's just add the crossover section here. Luckily, these things are going to be so spaced out that we shouldn't have any issues with, you know, running out of space and whatnot. So that should be fine. I mean, hopefully, that's just not an issue we come across. It is a possibility. That's okay. So now we're going to go with this. We're going to go with this. We're going to do a couple with like 4. Copy this one. Maybe 2 of those. And just have some shorter ones that are going to be running around as well. Hopefully fixing some more issues. Signaling. Let's get this set up here. Okay. this one here, I think it's because I set up this after. Oh, it's because this idiot, this buffoon is in the wrong lane. Come here, buddy. You're fired. All right, there we go. That's going to set up that correctly, hopefully. We got guys leaving the station because there's a whole 0 copper ingots here, which means that our coal has not been delivered properly. But now everything's cleared out. Got those issues fixed, so we should see some coal coming in here soon. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy, over the top. Absolutely obnoxious, but there you go. So, what now? These lines should be running. They should be working. I think I have the signaling set up on all of them correctly. Obviously, only time will tell when things start to break. I'll know for a fact, but there you go. I guess all we do now is start to research and see how long it's going to take. So let's start on the advanced signaling. I want to get the $4 million. What? Forget that then. Let's do the connecting locomotives. We'll start delivering some glass. Luckily, we have pretty good glass production and delivery services, so that's quite good. How's this guy looking over here? Yeah, you can see, like, we're running low on raw iron, although we do have a train pulling up now, which will help. We have another train there, but the raw iron looks like it's not producing enough. That's sand theft, so let's see if we can find that. So the next step I can do to make everything easier and more efficient is going to be to upgrade the trains. Now, this is going to be a long process because there's just so many trains that we have to replace. But what I'm going to go ahead and try and do is on some of these lines, like this, for example, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trains, is downsize the amount of trains and upsize the amount of train carts are on each. So I'm going to do 3 faster trains with more slots, if that makes sense. So what I need to do is just pick up all these guys. And don't worry about it because we are fine, okay? On the wood, we're not hurting. Not one bit. So we go into here and we look at, okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 these guys. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to take 3 and we're going to just sell them. And the last 3, what we're going to do is, well, crap, we're going to have to sell them because we can't change out the type of train. Now, I don't know if our line... Okay, so the line is linked to how many people are active on it. So the line's gone, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. We're going to go to the max amount of train slots we possibly can, which is going to be 10. We're going to go to add stop. We're going to remake the line, and we're going to make 3 of them. And these 3 guys are going to be responsible for the work of the previous 6. So hopefully this makes sense. We're going to make faster trains with more carts to replace the spam, basically, that we had before. And I'm just going to slowly go through and work on all of the different routes. Do it on basically every route I possibly can. So, for example, we're doing these ones now. Because, look, our guys are having some troubles getting up to speed now. It is officially something that we have to watch out for. Some of them are hitting 80, but they might be shorter. Now, for these ones, I'm not going to cut them in half. Obviously, the ones that are super simple, they can get cut in half because it's not that big of a deal. But these routes here they're pretty important to have a lot of trains because we just have so many materials we need to move. Look at this line. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these. So let's go down to 7 and do bigger trains with faster locomotives and call that good. So listen, did we waste a little bit of money doing that? Yes. But do I care? No, I'm a millionaire. Multi-millionaire. So now you can see we can remake the stops. Clone this bad boy about 6 times. And start placing these guys down and start getting these this wood loaded up and sent over to where we need it to be. And yeah, I mean, listen, it's going to be a little bit of a bottleneck there for a little bit, but once they get cut back up, everything is running smoothly again. We should hopefully see a pretty big increase in everything. So luckily, this is a 4-stop spot here, so we're going to be able to get those guys back in order, back in rotation quite quickly. Because I don't need a ton of trains if I can have larger, better trains. You know, I can have fewer of them. So let's get this one done next. I have a couple of short trains on here just because, you know, it makes it so much easier to deliver when the terminal is too small. But look at this. I mean, we have so many trains on this line and we can definitely downsize. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll go ahead and just do 8 on this line with better trains and longer trains. So it's going to be way more, but just free up some space in case we do need, you know, a couple when there's a max. And eventually, after going through everything, I'll have everybody caught up, everybody's figured out, So what I'd like to do is actually do 2 locomotives and 9 carts instead. I think it'd be a little bit better. So there you go. A total of 8 of these bad boys all on the lines. We're going to place some going in, some going out, just to get that, you know, that little bit of separation in there. Don't want these guys to get too jammed up. And there we go. So there we go. We've completely replaced the entire wood line now with these better trains. And this station up here is always being forced to shut down, which I don't love. It's just constantly downgrading because we don't have it hooked up to anything. So we should probably get that hooked back up over here. But I'd rather use them in other spots. This place is good. It doesn't need any help, you know, producing. That's in fact, that's a strong point. It's so good at that. So we're good with that. The trains are just slowly working their way out. And there we go. You can see that everyone just moves a little bit faster. Everything works a little bit quicker. And yeah, next up we'll go and replace the sand and coal lines. And I'm just going to work my way around that way. I'm not even going to worry about the stuff we just built yet. That's last. I just need to get it built first. And, you know, then we can expand and do whatever we need to do. So let's get the coal mines good to go. We're going to lose a little bit of production, but it's all right. It's all good. We'll get it back eventually. That's the cool thing about the upgrade system in this game is you might temporarily lose, you know, a little bit of production, a little bit of money. But eventually you'll make enough to make it back. And let's see. Can I grab you to the ground? I can. How about you? Not yet. But yeah, like these lines, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know why I'd ever need 12. If I could have a bunch of bigger ones. But there we go. So instead of 12, we'll do 8 big ones and faster ones, especially on this hill. This one's really important. So I'm going to do this same process for every line we currently have. And I'll be back once we have everything situated faster and running efficiently. Hopefully also with some more money. BRB. Okay, so I've done a lot of work. We're at $13.5 million. I made some loops on some of the tracks because it just took too long to get everybody sorted in and out. So making loops makes everything a lot easier. I've only built it on this track right here. So we'll just loops around here, loops around there, and calls it good. But now it's time to start working on the rest of the research because we got a lot of research to get through and it's going to cost a lot of money. So we're going to start off with the even better rails. That's going to be a lot of product needing to be delivered, but we do have a lot of sand and a lot of coal being used up over here. So this shouldn't be too bad. But after this, I'm going to start the process of just getting every single thing possible. Industry bribe, graffiti removal, bunch of crap. But you can see here, we're actually doing very good in the research. This is going very fast. So other than that, that's about it for now. I'm just going to keep saving up money because we have all of our different product lines set up for the most part. So all I really need to do now is upgrade them slightly each, and then better trains and better rails, and that's about all we can do for most of these lines. So yeah, for the most part, it's going to be a bit of a time crunch getting all these done, but I'll be back once I have all of these done. I think I'm actually going to work on the advanced signaling next, just to make things work a little bit faster. And yeah, I'll let you know if we have any big updates or whatever. But after we get back from these next couple upgrades, I'm gonna start working on getting passenger stations plugged into every spot. But like for this one, is it even needed? Probably not. No, honestly, we need more trains on this line. We'll just throw a couple on here, maybe about 5 more. Anyways, we'll be back once we have some more money. Well, we're back with $15 million and a lot of research completed. Now I'm working on the electric locomotives. It'll take some time to get done. But now I have to try to upgrade this coal mine, because this thing is our bottleneck for over here. We literally can't produce enough coal to keep this copper plant going. So I have 2 options. I can either hook this coal mine up to the copper plant as well, which might be a good idea. Just hook it back in there, then they can just go there and then split off once they're done. Or I grab a passenger station and try to plug it into our coal mine and see if that would help as well. I'm going to try to use this, though, for now. I didn't even realize there's one up this close, so I would have done that earlier, but oh well. So now we got to decide how we want to do this, because we're going to have a lot of lines coming in and out of here. You can see this guy here cannot bring any more raw copper. We have so much raw copper, it's absolutely insane. So let's see. These middle 2 here are going to be what we use for these trains. Also, I did unlock the generic trails, rails. So we're gonna have to go through and upgrade all of those as well, which is probably gonna be pretty expensive because that's $398, and to do the same amount of length, it is 1,900. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty expensive. Now, it's gonna be worth it for sure, but it's definitely gonna be expensive. We have some coal coming here, right? That's fine, but it's just simply not enough for what we are currently doing. So what I really need to do is make a complete loop. So just have this loop out and around. So we'll stick with old rails for now until we absolutely need to change them. So we'll just go to about there. So we'll dodge that. Then we'll just start the process of turning here. Just hang it around here. And then perfect. We'll plug it right back into there. Then we'll bring this line up, down, and merge it into this spot here. And actually, we could have one line go out this way, back, and then maybe that'll make things a little bit easier. Signaling these all need to be one directions, like so. And what we should do, so I got this kind of system going right now. They will circle around. If they are on the original line, they'll just cross over and head back out to the free open world there. And if they're from the other line, they'll just dip back this way and head up that direction. So now we have to see if this is actually going to work. So I'm hoping if this guy crosses over, we're good. If he doesn't, we're bad. All right, cool. We're good. So we'll get a couple of trains that are going to be about 6 long. We'll say we're going to go from there to there. And let's get about 4 of these trains here. Now, this is probably going to be very confusing for these trains because there's a lot going on. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this to a 2-slot. Definitely need a little crossover section. Cool. And then let's get the signaling correct. All right, now we're seeing our guys leave the station, which is good. They have a little bit of coal in there. There's not going to be a lot more coal than we already have, but with 2 of these things, I think they should be able to keep up with supplying this one copper place here. Now, this is going to be pretty confusing because I literally have to cross over each other, so this is a lot of different interactions that are going to have to happen. Same with this spot here, so yeah, we'll have to see how efficient this actually is, but making this a loop does make this section more efficient, so hopefully that's going to be some sort of positive. But we'll see what happens when our trains get back down here, which should happen any second now. Are they leaving? They are. Good. Let's get those guys out of the way. We actually should definitely just loop this around and do the same thing. Just have this be a constant loop just to make sure people are always moving out of the way. Just die this down to 1. Cross this over like so. Get the signaling in here. Do that way. Go that way. And we go that way. Cool. So there you go. Now we have this whole system hooked up. Hopefully this should all be working. Let's take a look now on how this is going to work. There's 2 different lines basically running into each other. So this might be a little bit complicated here. It might mess up. But as long as this guy here, the 26 to 16, can get through this whole system, we know it's going to at least work. It might not be super efficient, but we know it'll at least work, which is definitely an improvement. So that guy goes. Now this guy can start going. By the time he's out of the way, this guy should be ready to go, and it should be a pretty flawless system here. There's a lot of trains up here doing their thing, so we'll just have to watch those. But yeah, I think this is going to work. So yep, he's about the way, and this guy's coming around the mountain now. I was hoping it doesn't look like it's going to work because it's just under the ground, but I think it might just be a visual bug, and it might end up working just fine. But yeah, this is going to be a lot more coal for this because you can see we have so much raw copper. I don't even know how many lines of raw copper we have, but I think it's quite a lot. I mean, look at this. We have like such big trains and they're all completely full, so that's great. So yeah, yep, our guy is merging on. That's fine. And once he's done here, he should stick to the left. We might actually have to, because he can decide here to go to the left. He's not going to decide to, though. He's going to decide to stay in the middle. So how would he get over now? I don't think he could. So we'll add a little crossover point for him just in case. Just in case something was going to happen. There you go. He's done. The next guy's behind him. And just in time for this guy not to get stopped and this guy not to get stopped. So that should be good. We did get the upgrade done that lets the stuff stay closer together. So I'm thinking that should help us out a little bit as well. But yeah, now he's able to cross back over. And after they're done, they do get separated. So they don't have to worry about messing up this line anymore after that. Yeah, look at this. We have like 0 coal in this thing either. So now we can honestly pipe in the people to this one. It'd be a lot easier. And what we could do is do the same similar thing where they could share the same railroad. They could just, we'll go under, come up on this side, merge them onto there. Then once they're off here, we just take them off, send them back to the factory thing, and that's good. Looking at here, yep, looks like this guy's back in the right lane, 26 to 16. You take the left exit there, and he's going to get on down the road. So this is a pretty complicated intersection here, but it does look like everything's working. There's just not much coal for anybody. So let's get this thing piped in here now. So we'll just say we'll do a two platform system here. There's not really need for anything more than that. Let's go to 2. We can perfectly just dodge all those buildings. We'll go to about here. Why did it go underground? I guess it's actually fine. We'll go to about here. We'll go to 1 line here. We'll just connect this off this outside lane there. Then we'll take this one, nice and far underground, and it's just gonna plug up into that. I think that's perfect. Type reset before I mess everything up. Exit my build, and there we go. So this is gonna be, I mean, look, they're going through grass, but they don't care. So now we just simply go into here, get a vehicle. We'll say we're gonna go from this passenger station to there, and we'll just make maybe 4 of them. Before I forget, let's get the signaling correct. I'm not gonna worry about doing a loop on this one. It's not that important. And then bang, bang, bang. That should hopefully help that thing over there make it a little bit more coal, because right now it's absolutely struggling. Although there are 400 something tons in here now. Maybe that's a little bit easier for them. But yeah, this looks to be working. There's a lot of different intersections which probably don't need to happen. Like I could go under with this, dodge that, and make that a lot easier. And I really probably should do that, but you know what? For the time being, it's a temporary fix. I think it's gonna work just fine. Alright, the demand's pretty low here, so there's not a whole lot of stuff here. If I finance an upgrade, I don't know really exactly how to upgrade that, but it should do something. Also, one thing I did discover is, look here. The freight terminal makes city goods for other freight terminals. And there's 1,000 tons of those things in here. So we really could take that and ship it, I guess all the way across here. Because where's that other one at? It's like back here somewhere, right? They really need to add a search function so you can see what spots are near you. But there is another one somewhere where we could potentially deliver all of our crap to. Because I think it's just more money. And we have tons of that stuff. So we could just do a couple trains, 3 or 4 trains on those and see if that works. But yeah, I don't know. There it is, all the way over here. So, yeah, that's, this would be quite the distance to cover. They gotta go all the way from here, clear across the entire map. We could do like something crazy, just a giant bridge all the way there. Looks like we're having the same issue with this guy, just not able to empty it out fast enough. The trains are coming back empty, so they are being used. Let's just add about 4 more trains onto this line and see if that kind of fixes our issue for now. That should help a little bit with that line, keeping that thing efficient. This passenger station, yeah, I mean, this thing's fine. We have so much sand, it's not even funny. But the sand also goes to like 4 different businesses, and none of them are running out of speed. So this is really good. Should be, yeah, it looks like there's still a lot of sand going to this line as well. Yep, we got tons of sand. Actually, this is really good. We need more stuff exporting here. Just grab you real quick. The 5 on those. Just get those done. And also, let's start working on upgrading some rails. Now, I'll do that system next. We'll start with the original first. And we're just going to go upgrade. And we're just going to simply start upgrading all of this. So this is going to be very expensive. I'm not going to be surprised when it is. This is going to up the speed limit for most of these things over here. Which for this line, it really won't matter. Because they're not going very far. But for the long lines, it's just going to be very, very, very nice to have a lot faster everything. Intersections, you know, top speeds. Fortunately, for all these crossovers, I got to click on them manually. But that's a little price to pay for a big upgrade, so that's fine with me. Looks like they went all the way down. Yep. So we'll see how much more efficient this makes our lines after we can go, you know, a lot faster. Hopefully, it's going to be pretty nice. Yeah, this guy here is flying. My goodness. So that's basically this whole line already done. And, okay, I mean, it wasn't actually that expensive regarding all things. I mean, that was only like $1 million for that, which wasn't too bad. I don't even know what line is this? Are they delivering glass panes here? Yeah, they are. Let's get this one nice and fast because this is a pretty long trek here. And yeah, making them be able to go fast is just going to be a pretty big upgrade. Now, a lot of curves, so they're not going to be able to go super fast, but definitely faster than they were going. Let's get this coal line going next. Let's get this thing upgraded here. No reason to have this thing being slow. Okay, 2026. Right, or 27. 26. Yeah, 26. I may have forgot the year. It's okay, though. There we go. So that's going to make everything faster on that coal line. Let's get this section of the coal line upgraded as well, because this is a pretty long trek as well. So now hopefully this is going to be a little bit faster. Since you're probably upgraded all this crap too. So this goes where? Well, that's the, okay, yeah. That's important to have upgraded too. A little bit of lag on that upgrade there. That's a big upgrade though. Let's get these upgraded too for these guys. And I mean, I may miss some, but I'm trying to upgrade everything right now. So, all right, this is going to be a very, very, very nice upgrade considering everything. It's going to make everything run so much faster. And it looks like it did a pretty good job of upgrading basically everything. So until you get to these intersections, which that's fine. I click on the intersections once or twice and fix them up. Well, you can see we got guys going about 80, just a little bit over 80 kilometers an hour. Go ahead and get this line. This is going to be an important line to upgrade. That's going to be quite the speed upgrade, which is going to be very nice. So we can get this line upgraded as well. Why is there a passenger train on this? I have no idea. Not a slightest clue. Why would he be over there? Let's see if this guy does the same thing. I mean, it's fine. It's a complete loop. They can get back to here. You can see, like, eventually he can come back here and loop around. I guess it's because I don't have a crossover section. Yeah, it is. So he had to go that way. Make sure they can always get over there to the right. Also need to just clean this up a little bit. This is filthy here. All right, so I got this fixed up now. We got crossover sections, and this lane has to go this way. It's a little ugly. Okay, it's a little bit ugly looking, but it's okay. It should be working. But yeah, so if for some reason that guy had to cross over because someone was here, yeah, he was forced to go on the entire loop. Once he gets back here, though, if he gets back here, yeah, it looks like he's coming back this way now. It should be fixed, hopefully, possibly. Let's go ahead and get this line upgraded as well. This copper line is pretty long, so we gotta get that upgraded. Everything else is going good. Look how fast you guys are going now. Look at this. This is great. Gonna make our life so much easier. Looks like that's all working good. And I do think there's a... Okay, the electric one is the higher quality one. I thought for a fact there was a better train. But I guess the best one is the electric one. So we're waiting on a little bit more copper ingots to be delivered, which shouldn't be too long here. And that should be good. The iron mine's getting upgraded. Hey, buddy, why don't you upgrade my coal mines? Okay, they suck. Let's go ahead and finance an upgrade on both of these things and just hope for something to happen. This thing got upgraded, which is good. That's very, very good. Finance one on both of these because we need more production. We've gotten lots of storage capacity upgrades and loading speed upgrades, but we need production speed. Okay, we don't need to just have none but load the like 4 cents of coal every time fast. Like we need some real money here. So, all right, this is looking good though, especially with these new rails. Everything is looking a lot better. Once these electric, am I stupid? Electric locomotives are done researching. We're going to go ahead and try to upgrade some more of our routes to those, starting with the original, of course. And after that, we should see a pretty big jump in production. You see just how much more fast everyone's going. And it seems like it like kind of fixes their torque, so they just take off so much faster. I don't know why, but we'll definitely take it. And like this system over here is, you know, admittedly, it's not the best. They shouldn't ever have to stop for these people. It'd make things a lot faster and better, honestly, but you know what? It is what it is. For right now, it is okay. Maybe when we get the next set of stuff, we'll just redo this instead of upgrading it so we can make sure it's efficient as possible. But yeah, let's take a look at what else we could possibly do. There's another suspiciously cheap product assembly plant over here. So if we get more wooden planks, we could do those. And I also want to get to work on the steel melting plant. However, we're going to need iron ingots. So iron mine right here, which is great. Oh, there we go. Like that. Sweet. But we need another iron smelter or whatever. Maybe it was called iron plant or something. Because I don't think we have another one. We got the removal of the speed limit upgrade ready to go. So we're going to get to work on that. And look at that. We actually need steel beams to do that. So it is going to be important to do that. What I may just end up doing, because there's that, is this. I think our iron smelter's all the way over here. Okay. Now, we do have 2 more slots here we could definitely use, and we have tons of ingots. So I guess what we'll start doing, we'll make this generic rails, the electric ones, of course, is we'll just start the process of getting this bad boy clear over here. This one's going to go to the peak. That'd look cool. Screw it. Let's do it. So we'll do this. Let me just look at the map real quick where I need to be going. I think it's like right back here somewhere. Is it this thing right here? This guy right here. Where is he? Okay. So from that mountain all the way to here. Before I forget, let's make this thing as good as we possibly can. I feel like on the last map we played, this was our last thing to do as well. Like we did the electronics, which would definitely be harder before we actually came and did this thing. And I think I remember doing this super long highway to get to where we need to go. But that's going to be a pretty far spot there. That's a pretty far stretch. We could plug that into that beam thing as well there, which makes it a little bit easier, but let's grab it there. And yeah, of course, too steep. It's actually going to jump over most of this crap quite nicely here. Let's get it to about there. And this should allow me to have enough time to just plug it in like so. I think 2 is going to be good, but we're going to just play it safe. Go to a little bit more here. And just add our little crossover sections here. This is going to be the newest, best trains we have, so they should be able to fly through this quite quickly. But yeah, this bridge here is quite insane. I don't know why sometimes it just separates like that, but I mean, look at this bridge. It does look pretty cool. I mean, it gets a little bit funky right here, but we'll just say that's part of the design, and no one can say anything about it. Oh, it's a piece of art. Oh, okay, you should have said that. So everybody says. So let's add our crossover sections best we can. This is kind of trashy over here. And oh, they gave us some of these for free. That's nice of them. However, I'm gonna go ahead and just sell them. I appreciate it, but yeah, I'm just gonna sell them for now. 120k. I should have kept them. What am I doing? Okay, so that's gonna be 8 behind it, and I want to do 2 because we have that giant hill to climb. Let's start this line now from here. Yeah, this is very far. We might need more trains in this. I don't know how fast these are gonna be able to go up this hill, but with 2 locomotives on it, like, they're not weak. They should be able to climb that hill pretty easy. I think that's 7 of these trains. Let's just start putting them on here. Let's get a couple on this side. Did I get this signaling correct? I didn't, so let's get that done before I forget. Okay, there we go. Where did they just teleport to? Why did they teleport all the way over here? I don't know. But yeah, okay, I forgot how fast these things are. This should be a pretty fast line. I mean, it shouldn't be instantly, but with this many trains all going that fast, I'm gonna hope that it's gonna be just fine. I definitely gonna upgrade my other lines now that I've seen these though. Just load these guys up like this. Just get them all ready to start loading up their stuff. And there we go. Look how fast these guys are going. Look at 80 miles an hour. Just flying into the station. 90, 100. Goodness. We got to upgrade for our other place as well. But yeah, if I upgraded all my lines to these kind of trains, we'd be making so much more money. I was probably going to empty out our iron ingots for a little while here, but it's fine. We had so much stuff in there. It was slowing down our iron mine and our coal mine, so this is just going to be a good flush for us. And yeah, look how fast these guys are now. This is great. Yeah, if that's going to be how these things operate, I'm going to be thinking about just going to upgrade as soon as possible. Yeah, 120 kilometers an hour flying down this thing. Yeah, I'm not sure what they did up this hill, but I mean, it wasn't too slow because they got all the way up there by the time I came back, so that's fine. So those things will they'll get to work in due time. And now we got to figure out how to get from this to the sell point, which I guess the sell point would be easier to go to this guy over here, I suppose. Oh my gosh. Is this gonna have to go all the way back here, right? Okay, back here. So the freight terminal's here. We really could just join them onto the same line though. That would actually make it a lot easier. I'm definitely using the generic rails for this one. If I wasn't to do that, I would be silly. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna use the same line. There's no reason for me to, you know, overcomplicate it if I don't have to. We're gonna need to dodge this one though. Let's go ahead and just... Too steep, too steep. Shut up. Okay, we're gonna go just like this. And now doing this is gonna be fun. We're gonna have to take our right rail. All right, join it into there like so. That's gonna work. I mean, it might work. We'll have to see. And then take this guy off. And then send him back over the top of the other ones. join back up with that. Okay, and listen, this sounds pretty crazy, but I think this is gonna work just fine. The trains are so fast that they shouldn't ever really run into each other. They should be pretty much good. Then we just simply make a line that says, hey, you go from there to there, and bang. Like, it's pretty much good. This signaling correct. Love it. Looks good. Actually, does look pretty cool. It's like a highway. I just make like interstates with trains. That's all I really know. Now we're going to go back to here. We're going to go into here. But did that just say it requires Game Pass for the best one? No. There is an upgrade we can get that. Okay, cool. We'll start here. And they've just got to end up all the way. Oh my goodness. All the way back here. Still not there. It's going to be cool to see them all working at once, though. All the way back to there. Cool. And we'll just do maybe, say, 6 of those. I actually don't even know if we need coal for this thing. We definitely could. Yeah, we definitely could need those. Yeah, we need coal. Oh, gosh. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We can get that working here. Is there a coal mine right here, though? That's the real question that we really need. So we have that one over there. Maybe there's one across the river here. Just, oh, if this was a coal mine, we'd be set. Unfortunately, it's not. How is this coal mine doing? I think this coal mine's really good. Yeah, this one's really good. We'll just use this one. It's going to be a long trek, y'all, but we're going to get there. Okay, we're going to get there. We don't have to come back and do this later. Let's just add the crossover sections now. Okay. I want to kind of run in parallel with this line, but I do think if I go on that side of it, it will just sort of mess it up. I could just, like, mirror it or do something like this. Is that going to mess anything up? It looks like it's going to go right kind of underneath it. That looks kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, it looks like crap, but it's fine. We'll just cross over before it gets too short. Just kind of head downtown here and just plug them in, you know, plug them in right there. Like it. Okay, so we'll see how this one goes. This is going to be interesting. That's a given. Okay, so that line is officially created. We'll do the same 2 and was it 7 thing here. We're gonna need a lot of coal, so this is gonna be a lot of trains on this line because we just have to have as much coal as possible. Look at that bridge in the distance. My goodness, I think it's insane. Okay, so going from here. Let's look at this line here. It looks pretty good. Oh gosh, it ends. Oh my gosh. Okay. From there all the way there it ends. Okay. Alright. That's a good thing to know. Let's see if we can't fix that. It's definitely gonna be difficult because we're so high up. Let me just try this right here. Here. Okay, to there. Goodness gracious, that was scary. Alright, this is in the sky, so no one's gonna see this little interruption, we'll call it. Alright, cool. The bridges they've always been a little bit, you know, a little bit funky in this game, so don't hate me for it, guys. This ain't my fault. Alright, I'm just doing my best. Got all of our trains lined up here, make sure everyone's running right. We'll put 2 in the opposite direction just to get some spacing correct. And there we go. This is probably gonna take a lot of coal from these guys, but then again, he's at max 2,000, so I think that should actually be fine. And here come these cats coming in fast. Let me actually just adjust this, because I think that these might need to be a little longer. This is the max we could do. We could do a couple of these real long ones here. Then the rest of them can just be kind of there to keep, you know, sufficient amount constantly going in. But there you go. We are getting these things full, and we actually need more. Oh, no. We don't really have the capacity for this. There's not enough slots, but these guys sharing isn't the worst thing ever because they are both doing the right thing where they're turning around and going back out the way they're supposed to be going. So, listen, we might be fine. Might be okay. When these guys aren't here, we could use 2. When these guys aren't here, they can use 2. If they're both at the same time, it gets a little bit awkward, but there you go. Like right now, I don't know why he's still waiting to go into this slot when that one's, you know, completely open. We could, and I think we will, just take these lines, just pick him up, and we're just gonna just designate these guys to those 2. So those guys are good. We'll just disconnect this line here, and then now we'll just swing this over because I really only need one way in or out. So we'll just do that for that line there, and they'll be okay. There we go. Let these guys get out the way here. Looks like they're slowly but surely working their way out. That guy, you know, they'll just use that one there. That'll be fine. And these guys still have 5 options they can use. We really could use 2 from this line because they don't ever have 3 trains here, 5 trains here at once. So that's fine. Now, yeah, our storage is definitely getting emptied out a little bit here, but we have this thing completely maxed out. So there's not much else we could do, even if we wanted to. So in my mind, this thing's doing good. It's doing exactly what it should be. It's making 19.2 tons a second, too. So we are making plenty. And all of our trains are filling up, heading out. And yeah, these 2 trains are crazy fast. I forgot how good they were. I remember them being good, but like, look at this guy's already almost here. It's just crazy. How's this all looking over here? We got the exports coming in, even though it's not ready yet. We should almost have some coal in here, though. We had this train. The next train that comes around the corner should have coal in it, so that should be good. That should be good. It is fun seeing multiple different types of trains on one, though. Like, the imports and the outports on one is pretty cool. All right, look at there. We get our first delivery of coal. This is like the perfect timing, because, like, this guy's ready to go. This guy's going to be heading in here. They should perfectly dodge each other as soon as he gets on a straight path here. And there's like 0 to no stopping. Everyone's just constantly moving. And that's what we want to see. Unfortunately, we just missed a delivery train. But, no way, said this guy. Let's see what's wrong with him. That is so far away. I think it might be somewhere in the export system, though. Let's see what their issue is. Yeah, they are clogged up here nicely. Oh, I didn't add the crossover points. All right, now that should be fixed. We're kind of throwing a bit of a fit there, but that should be, hopefully, that issue fixed. Looks like if this guy goes in this next one, I think we should be good. I think our signaling just wasn't correct 100%, but now it should be good to go. Luckily, these things are also pretty fast whenever they're, you know, empty. So go ahead and remove these as well so we can actually use our crossroad points. Look at there. That fixed our issues there. Yeah, this is a pretty cool system here, how they kind of join up. Now we got 2 guys coming in at the same time here. This guy's going a little bit faster, though. So who gets the right of way? Is it whoever's on already or whoever is getting on? I feel like whoever's on should be able to be good, right? Yeah, looks like he is slowing down accordingly. The coal line looks to be running good, which should mean we should have some production, like, going right now. We should have it having some beams stored for us. Let me go ahead and just start the research so we can have every single ton of this crap being used. I think, wait, how much do we need? 2,000 tons. We already have almost 500 tons, so almost 1/4 of the way there. Also, I forgot, if you drive them, you will actually you'll get more money. Now, I don't know what happens if I actually overspeed this thing. It's like a little bit mad at me, but we're going 129 kilometers. So we're gonna find out exactly what happens if we just drive this thing too fast. Hopefully not much. You can see we're at 1,000 stars now, which is great. There will be a statistics display eventually, I guess. That looks fun. This is so cool, though, seeing like multiple trains above and below each other all serve one purpose. That's making me more money. Yeah, we have 880 steel beams here ready to go. The coal is blowing pretty good right now. I think after this, like, you know, 5 or 6 people get out of here, though, it's gonna be probably dead for a little bit. That's okay, because we don't have a constant supply of the delivery guys just yet. And we're actually out of ingots now, so we need more ingots coming in, which is good because we're gonna have hopefully more ingots coming in here in a second. But this thing actually just got upgraded again, so that's gonna be more capacity, which is always good. Now, they're only unloading 6.7 tons a second, so I don't know if that's because of the... No, because this guy's a lot shorter than that guy, and they're both doing it. So looks like we need the loading speed upgrades, and that'll help that a little bit. There's some more iron ingots. The next train that comes down here should be our first export of steel beams, which is about 1,200 tons. I'm not sure how much they can actually hold, but these are pretty hefty trains here, so I'm hoping they can hold quite a ton. That's an accidental pun. So we get 2 of those guys coming in right now, with hopefully some more back here in the distance. Another one there, another one back there too. So that's gonna be good. If each of these trains can deliver, you know, 300 to 400 tons, that's gonna be really, really nice. And it's definitely gonna make my life a whole lot easier. And luckily, these guys are flying into the station here when they come around these corners, so they're able to get up out the way pretty quickly. We are having some downgrades happen to our other facilities, but like they're simply just our trains are too good. So it's not like it's the end of the world. So it's actually it's a fine thing. We are losing quite a lot of money. Like we were at 15 million a second ago. Now we're only at 5 million. So yeah, we might need to watch that. We did spend quite a lot on these lines though. But we're about to find out if this is worth it. So we are at about 240 tons, 260 tons on this guy. And he's about halfway full. So it looks like we're going to get almost about 400 tons of steel beams a piece, which is going to be very, very nice. And yeah, after 4 of these bad boys come in here and take all the stuff, it's going to be quite nice. We're going to go ahead and just finance an upgrade real quick, see if we can get a loading boost on that, because that loading speed is so pitiful right now. I don't like the fact this guy's coming in here right now with an empty load. That guy's good, though, so maybe he was just having a bad day or something. Some more delivery guys there. Yeah, we should probably check on this guy over here. I don't think it's going to be running out anytime soon, but it might be. It's fine. We just dumped a bunch of coal on their front door, so they should be hopefully able to do a lot of good with that. There's so much raw iron coming in here, too, so looking down here at this production line, we are struggling with getting sand. So if I can get more sand dumped into here, it's going to help all of our other operations work even better. So let's see if we can upgrade our sand line a little bit. Right now, I guess it's just pretty much miserable. Is there like any trains on this? Yeah, there's really... Oh, they're tiny little trains too. I'm just going to add a couple more trains on this line. Just get that up because it's very important for us to have this going. The line's not the best either, so that doesn't help. But... you know, I mean, we need to get this thing a lot better than it currently is. And we have the sand. The sand is not our bottleneck. We were completely full. So, yeah, that should help with that line a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of time to get all the stuff, you know, sorted out. But once it is, hopefully we see a pretty big upgrade in that. Because that thing makes us a lot of money, but we just have no electronics being made. Like, we have so much ingots, no sand. So I have $5 million. And what I'm thinking I want to do next is start the process of upgrading all of our current facilities, operations, lines, whatever you want to call them. So he's gonna make more money at this point, and those do make good money, but we can make even more money if we make things faster. This line here, once these things go out, you can see deliveries are finally going out. This is definitely gonna help a lot with getting us more money. And we already have one up here. Yeah, so we already have one up here at 640 tons of steel beams. So I'm hoping that's gonna be a pretty good going rate. I definitely want to go see how much that actually is. We are a little bit low on iron ingots, but looks like we have some more here anyway, so that should be fine. So that's going to be probably four giant trains, all completely full. So we'll just, we'll go ahead and just ride in here, overspeed a little bit. I don't care. I ain't got to overspeed. Yeah, they can go about 102 kilometers up this hill. There's actually 2 here. One in the front there. So we can actually, we can see how much this is going to sell for. So, I mean, that's a lot of steel beams. So hopefully it's a pretty penny. Maybe a couple 100,000 or something. That'd be great. There we go. Now we're starting to flatten out. We should see our speed go up a little bit. Let's get this up to about 120. Come on now. Come on now. Now, again, I don't know what happens if we do go past the speed limit. All I know is we're going 125, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh! You got to be kidding me. I derailed the train and we lost everything. All right, don't speed, y'all. All right, luckily we have another train right here. So once we get there, we can manually drive it for 3x delivery income. So I'll literally let it drive itself until we get there. And once we pull in the station, I'll just drive it in there. Bada bing, bada boom. That's all of our issues fixed right there. I did have a slight memory. I was like, something bad it does definitely happen if we speed. There you go. Your train will derail and you will crash and lose everything. So that's good. No? Don't want to be overspeed, that's for sure. We're going to go 119.7 just to play it safe. And then once we remove that speed limit, I think that gets rid of that. So we can actually fly up and down these hills. Little to no issues, but yep, whoopsie. Now, one of the upgrades we have to get here very soon costs $15 million. So I'll probably have to AFK for a while just to get that amount of money. But depending on how much we can make off this guy, I'm looking forward to this. I think we're going to make a lot. Plus, the new sand line is going to be bringing more stuff to that electronics facility. So let's just see. Oh, God, I'm overspeeding. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm slowing down. I'm trying, game. Oh, what happens if I hit this? And it derailed. Oh, my God. I want to vomit. All right, well, I love just burning money. I think it's the best thing to do ever. I think I'm very smart for burning my money like that. I feel like a genius. Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, we have another train. I'm not gonna drive it either because I'm scared. We'll just ride in it. I'm not gonna drive it. We're just gonna ride in it. I'm not testing it. I don't believe in myself here. Okay, a ton. I'm not a conductor. Okay, never claimed to be a conductor. So I think before we start trying to save up to 15 million, though, I should definitely go back through and upgrade my most expensive money-making lines, just to make things that much better. Because I think the speed limit removal is what's 15 million. So, I mean, it makes sense why it'd be 15 million. It's pretty good. It's got to be good. All right, this train is pulling up to the station now. So his brakes work good. That's funny. But I brake and the whole world falls apart. All right, 640 tons, which we would have had 3 deliveries if I wasn't driving. I think once it's done unloading, it'll actually tell us how much it made in total. That loading speed is horrendous. I'm hoping that once these guys actually start delivering more frequently, maybe that will help a little bit. But man, that's really bad. And the other, what else comes here? The electronics? That's the electronics that comes here. Yeah, it is. The old 40 tons of them because we have no sand. There's some sand there going in there. Well, like, yeah, I should definitely upgrade that sand line with the better trains. You know, I have quite a lot of upgrading I'm gonna have to do here. I do want all of my lines to, at the end, by the end of the video, be the best, you know, electric trains possible. I ain't talking about these ones. Okay, nah. Talk about these ones. Okay, let's be for real here. I think that one's like 9 million or something crazy. Or like 500k. I think I remember being so much money. And I just don't need it. For most of these lines, the lines aren't very long, so they don't really need to be the top dog. Well, yeah, we gotta keep the income going up on this thing here, because we gotta keep this thing upgrading. That is horrendous right now. Looky there, we have another train coming in right now, which is even more money here. But for one delivery, we make, come on, $106,000. It's really not too bad. I mean, $100,000 per delivery. And we have a bunch of trains on this line, so it's like not super slow. It's pretty good. I don't know if there's actually something I can look up to see what the cost of most of this stuff is. Here's a nice little 450 ton load here. That's very nice. Electronics, that's going to be a little hefty penny there. So what was this? This is, how much is this? 640 tons. Okay. Well, I want to see when these electronics come in here. If they get delivered and they pay $100,000 for almost 200 tons less, I'm going to start upgrading that line immediately, because that means that line can actually make us a pretty good amount of money. Yeah, can we get this, please? Can we get this loading speed upgraded? That would be great. Thank you much. You can see just how much extra copper we have. It's just stuck on the line, which is forcing those guys to downgrade. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think that sand stuff is just going to take a little bit of time to get working correctly. Yeah, you can see like everyone's still waiting. We only have one thing on here as well. We get one going to... He's going to the... Wait, what? Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I done put him on the wrong line. Why is there a raw iron train on this line? My goodness. Where did you come from? All right, well, let's get this guy. You're now a sand train. Unfortunately, that's going to be your life now. Yeah, I sent more stuff to the sand eaters, which isn't bad because it's going to make this guy work faster. But yeah, I definitely did not know that. Also, do not need 4 for this. I thought I needed a lot more for this. We definitely could use 2 for this guy. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, this whole system over here needs redone. I'm not even gonna lie. But that's an issue for later. Once I have like 10 mil, I'll come back and do that. For now, I think I might have missed a train. No, it's still unloading. Good. No, I did miss it. No, I didn't. I'm indecisive. Okay, so we are unloading this about 10 tons at a time. Oh, it's because the platform is too short for this train. I mean, that's a pretty crazy looking train. That sure is. So it's gonna be even slower than the other guys, which is unfortunate. Yeah, we have a third train coming in here, and looks like we did run out of beams. Unfortunately, that means I burned about $300,000 with my little shenanigans I was playing. Unfortunately. Yeah, we are getting some issues over here as well. That's fine. They're just a little bit upset. They can get over it. So yeah, I think after this, I'll work on my sand production and distribution, because it's not great. And all the lines going into the USP plant, honestly, just all need to be upgraded as well. So we'll come back and do that eventually. It's just going to be so expensive. Because if I have 5 trains on a line, that's $500,000 just to build the trains. Not mentioning the upgraded rail system. Which I don't even understand the point of it, because they have the same speed limit. It's just so we can use the electric guys, I guess. I guess there's not one better than this. Alright, last one. Right about now. Come on. We made 224,000. Okay. Yep, I'm going to go prioritize electronics, because that is actually a night and day difference. And, oh, there we go. Wait, no, wait. What was so expensive? Oh, it's this OverFreight thing. So I just did that. Now we have emergency brake abuse, allowing our trains to maintain higher speeds for longer. Yeah. We have tons of passenger stuff. That's fine. And then we have ingots getting delivered everywhere, so that's fine. What are we low on here? No, we actually have a lot of stuff here. We're just waiting for people to pick it up. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm going to focus on the electronics next. Admittedly, it's going to be a lot of money, so I'm not going to make you guys watch it as I lose everything. But I'm going to rework the lines from the ground up, making them all electric with probably fewer trains because they're just so much faster. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to get to work on research as well in the background. We'll do the emergency brake, and then maybe we'll start working on this guy next. But you see, it's $3 million. I don't really want to spend $3 million right now. So for the time being, I'm going to get to work, save up some money, and have these lines good to go by the time I see you next time. BRB. Okay, I just had the most insane morning ever, but I won't go into details in case any of you guys are eating. But we're back with $75 million, and only a couple more researches to do. 3,000 tons of electronics. It'll take some time to get done, but we will be able to get it done. That's what's important. I also think, yep, I have the fastest trains in the game unlocked. So we're going to try out just how fast these are. And I think the best way to start is on our initial loop, of course, because that's kind of what I like to do. So we really need to get the advanced rails unlocked, though, to really be able to experience this. And I wish I would have done this one first. If I stop this research, I do just lose the money and the process of it. So that's not good. But what I will do is just upgrade this first. Okay. It's about 1,200 tons of electronics instead, which would be a lot easier. And then we'll do the OverFreight one at the very end. But, yeah. So our current vehicles can go 140 kilometers, which is a little bit more sometimes because there's no speed limit. But these guys can go literally double that with room to spare. So we really don't have anything to worry about in terms of speed. Once we get this thing done, we'll get these trains on here, which at the moment I could just slap a couple of these bad boys on these lines and they'll still be fine and be useful and be able to work. So that's actually great. The only downside I'm seeing is they cost $650,000 for one. You can see here we are running into a problem here with coal. We have no coal on this. And I mean, honestly, it's time to upgrade this line. So we're going to get this upgraded because, man, this thing is awful. I think part of the reason why it is taking these people so long is because of how bad this line actually is. It's not very optimized and it shares the pickup point with another line. So, like, I get it. So actually what we'll go ahead and do is use the second best trains, give them 2 cabooses, and we're going to go up to 9. And this is going to be the 8 to 19 coal line. So we can find 8 to 19 over here, clone that, and now we can go back through here and sell all these. These things are just awful. These initial trains, like, listen, they get the job done. They are workhorses, but we desperately need a lot more coal than we're currently getting. So we're going to clone this maybe that many times. I think it's about 5 times, so a total of 6 of these trains. And, oh yeah, we're going to upgrade the thing, of course. So to upgrade all these. That's going to upgrade all the way up to here, all the way up to here. And then we'll upgrade this as well. And this as well. And let me look at here because, yeah, we're gonna redo this. So this one here can still be used. That's fine by me. But I just want to just redo this because right now it's not really the most optimized thing ever. So we're going to take this very top one. We're going to say this people over here cannot use it. And honestly, this one as well. Then we're going to take our generic rails, the electric ones, of course, pop them onto there, and we're just going to simply bring them out. And then we're going to bring this guy out as well, just to get some more leniency, some more leeway, okay, on these bad boys. Now what I'm going to do is go to 2 tracks, bring it out, I would say to about there. Take this guy, plug him in about there. And then we're left with this little interesting intersection here, which is, listen, it's probably going to have a little bit of problems here and there, but it's going to be just a pretty much straight up upgrade from what we had it at. And then what I actually could do, and what I will go ahead and do, is just plug in this line further back. I'll keep this one here, but this way, if someone stopped right here trying to go up there, which will put the crossover sections far up so we have that opportunity, this other section can be working independently and not have to worry so much about this stuff and what these guys are doing. If they want to come in, they can. If they want to leave, they definitely can. So let's get this signaling correct. So about like that, and then like that, and then we'll leave both of these able to go both directions. Make sure that is like that though, so they really won't be able to be honest, because you see they're going to be coming from this direction, so we need to do something else. All right, I redid this. I don't know if this is better or worse, but it's definitely different. So they will be able to go back this way across to that one. That one's going to work independently now, and also has its own spot here. Now this is going to be kind of complicated because people are going to be constantly coming in and out of here, so that's always good. But I really do need to figure out a way to make this run efficiently, because I just know it's gonna be upset at me. So let's get these correct, and let's just watch this. Let's see what we can potentially fix up or change to make this more efficient. Now these are going to be a lot of trains, so it's going to be slow no matter what, but we should see is 2 people go this way, 1 person go this way, and when this guy's done, he can just leave. There's nothing he has to wait on necessarily until these guys are done. What I could do is, on the way back, we could force them a different direction, then they could jump back up later, but I don't know, like, so why are you stop back here? Go, go, go. Because this thing does fill up really quickly, so the trains are going to be done within very little time. We got something downgrading, which I don't even know what their issue is. All the way over there. I ain't run over there to see that. Screw it. But yeah, like you can just see the main spot here that slows down these trains a lot are these crossover sections, unfortunately. And now, for this guy to do anything, he has to wait for this guy to get out of the way. And then when he gets out of the way, that guy's going to start coming back. So that's going to mess everything up again. Okay. All right, listen, it's not the most efficient thing ever, but once they all space out properly, I think it's going to be just fine. We do have, let's see, 1 train back over here, but he doesn't have anything in his cart, so it doesn't matter. Now it's going to be a 3 pickup to a 2 drop off, so hopefully that doesn't make too big of a mess, but yeah, we'll definitely have to figure it out. Good thing is, though, this guy should be able to just stay straight. Okay, he's going to let him go, which is fine. But yeah, once this guy's done, they can just whoop, straight out, back out to the open blue, not to worry about anything else. So we should see both these guys go at the same time. Nice. Okay, so that is better. All right, I get some loading speed upgrades going in. That's very nice. And looking at research, we are about halfway there, so this is good. The more we can get this coal line working, the more electronics we're going to get down the line. This is a pretty in-depth product line, so it's going to be quite a lot, but eventually it's all going to add up, okay, and it's going to be a lot better. All right, so all those guys are cleared out now, so that should hopefully be a pretty nice upgrade to this line. Hopefully we start to see coal just pile up, which it looks like we are doing just that. About the time when someone leaves, somebody else is pulling up with another load, so that's great. Because this coal mine up here is doing amazing stuff. It's not ever running out. It's like solid. I mean, it gets a little low sometimes when everything gets worked up, but it makes 19 coal a second, so hopefully that should be fine. It actually did just run out of coal there, but it's okay. It's gonna get back to work. It is maxed out, so I mean, if anybody can do it, it's them. I tripped. So let's see. Now we're making more iron ingots. The iron ingot line is also being split between 2, which isn't great. And there you go. Look, it's downgrading again. I don't know what the issue is, man. I think it might be because it's not able to produce enough. Yeah, and it's just iron ingots really at this point. There's not even a ton of electronics sitting in there. So we need more iron ingots. So the iron ingot line. Do we have any in here? We have a couple in there. That's good. I don't think we have very many trains on this line. To be fair, I mean, it's not a very long line, but yeah, we don't have a very long train. We have 3 trains on this line. Am I stupid? But looking at the map, there isn't any other iron mines over here that I could be using. This thing over here is taking forever, but that is maxed out, so it is what it is. I guess what I could do is just loop this around, so let me do that real quick. This over here is ridiculous how long it's taking these trains to get going. So yeah, we'll just fix these bad boys up and hope for the best. I did place this really close to this as well. There we go, though. That should be a lot faster. Everybody should be able to get in there, get going. I don't know why they're taking so long, but they, for some reason, are. There we go. Honestly, I don't even care about that crap. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me a whole ton. How are we looking here? Are we getting more iron ingots? Not really. So you can see we need 24 to make some. So we need a lot more. There's a little delivery there. After he unloads, though, we're just going to add a couple more trains in this line. Because it's not like it's full or like it's, you know, stuffed up or anything. It's just simply not able to be fast enough. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this 40k. It's whatever. So as soon as this guy gets off. All right. Let's just go ahead and get one more extra train. And let's get a couple with 2. And, yeah, that should be fine. So send them back on their happy way. Very nice. Now it's going to help out a little bit as well. I think we should be good on coal now. How are we looking on coal over here? A lot better. A lot better. That seems to have fixed that issue for now. A lot of iron ingots. We just need to basically steal them all before this line takes them. And actually, we've gotten to the point now where we're like running out of raw iron, which is good. We haven't had that issue literally since we've been playing. Yeah, these guys here, 513 tons. 513 tons. Okay, good. So what they're leaving full and they're coming in empty. That's what we want to see. This thing over here needs some desperate reconstruction, though. Make that even faster, because at the end of the day, this is my moneymaker. Like, I got to keep this thing running. If I don't, or I can't, like, we're kind of in trouble, because we're not going to be making much money. All right, we'll see how this goes. That's a little bit better there. That should hopefully invite everybody to get on this line. Let's get the signaling good, and then that's going to fix this issue here. All right, cool. So we should see everybody just pile in here when needed and get up out the way. And I'll go ahead. Let's just grab, let's say, this guy. Let's remove a cart and add a second one of these. Just add a couple of these sort of trains on here. So it's the same length, but with 2 trains instead, just to help climb those hills a little bit better. And coal mine is being downgraded. Why? Oh, it's literally full. Does that mean this thing's full? Pretty much. Our copper ingot line is really good now. My goodness, this is great. I guess tying 2 in there eventually overwhelmed and caught up to that, which is fine. Great. Love it. We have a lot of trains on this line, though, so it's okay. It's just going to match what the demand is. So the demand is low, so their upgrades are going to be lower. And if the demand for some reason spikes up, then it'll spike back up and match it. So that's actually fine. I don't really care about that. Now, back to the iron stuff here. Because we are delivering people to it, right? No. Oh, yeah, we are. Okay. We're delivering them from all the way down there. So that's also why this thing is just so good. But yeah, with these couple upgrades here, this should be very nice. And you can see, like, these guys are stopped back here. One of the reasons why that is because we don't have another crossover section here that we could potentially use for these guys when they're actually stopped back here. Now, if I add this in here and get rid of this signaling, what we should hopefully see is this next train come up and not be afraid to go into there. Which I think the best way to do that is going to be like this. Just place him on this, and you should see this guy, whoever is next, come up here and cross here, because that one up there is technically full. Please tell me you're crossing. There we go. And then when these guys both get stopped up, the next guy can come in and keep coming in. So if you put this thing too close to the entrance, you will run into that issue. Just fair warning for y'all. This also, the looping stuff does give our time for our faster trains to get ahead of the slower trains, because they're going to pass them on these loops. Now, this guy's kind of freaking out. I think it's because these things are not technically like that. That should fix that. Oh yeah, we want the guys to take off from here and speed off as fast as they can and get back on the road and just pass each other in the process. The slower trains, which are the single locomotive longer trains, are probably going to be a little bit slower, maybe a couple miles an hour slower. Just honestly, in this game, it's just acceleration. So it's just like who can accelerate the fastest. Nice. We did get an upgrade for our manufacturing plant. This should help us out a ton with getting some raw iron back over to that side of the map. There's a lot of trains right now, but usually it won't be this congested, so this thing will have time to build up a little bit more resources in between each train, so that'll be good. But yeah, this system is seemingly working very, very well. So that's great. That's going to be a good upgrade for our iron line. I could upgrade to the better trains, to be honest, but I don't really feel like deleting that whole line. We have a lot of trains in that line. And the issue, I think, was just that we didn't have enough trains. So that's fine. We got that fixed up. And there's absolutely none on this side of the map. There's a couple coming in, though. It's about 1,000 tons between those two. 1,500. A little bit more there. So the smaller trains are faster, but they can carry a little bit less. It's only about 60 less, though, so it's not going to, break the bank. There's a couple really short trains on this track. I'm not sure why, but I do kind of like the variation of it, so that's okay. And there you go. Just like that, all of our trains are basically full and are heading back out to the other side there. So it just takes a little bit for everything to kick in. You got to like wait for everything to kind of actually work. But what we should see happen here is hopefully that helps bring us back kind of from the dead here. Keep this thing going. Research-wise, you can see we did complete the faster rail. So we're going to go ahead and start this one. And that's our last upgrade because this guy right here, unfortunately, cost gems. And I'm not spending Robux on this game. So, unfortunately, yeah, we gonna need a lot of electronics. Fortunately, I guess there's no better time in the present to start upgrading these trains and get this whole line for everything attached to this thing upgraded as much as possible. I won't lie though, I don't know if the speed upgrade from these rails applies, but it very well may. So let's just try it out, I guess. Let's go to upgrade. Let's get this one first. Good God. It didn't tell me how much it was exactly, but I know it was expensive. At 36 million. Upgrading this right here goes... Oh my gosh, that was $1 million to upgrade that. Okay, yeah, that's so expensive. My goodness. It's going to be pretty crazy. But yeah, that's ridiculous. The double... That's just a normal train. He's flying. Heck yeah. What I really need to see is how they do on the open. Yeah, they're going 140, which is their max. Even though I thought we removed the speed limit. So upgrading these rails will kind of be pointless if I don't get the better trains on them. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Crap. Okay. Well, do we want to upgrade the iron line and get this thing running more efficiently? I mean, it's probably not a bad idea. There's just a lot of trains on this line. And I do have 2 raw iron lines, I believe. So I got to be careful and make sure I grab only the right one, right? No, I guess I don't, because they all go to the same plant. Sweet. Well, let's get these guys off here. Let's get this thing upgraded, because that would be funny as crap. Expensive? Oh, yeah. But funny as crap? Oh, yeah. So this is going to be Iron Line 23 to 19. All right, y'all remember that. Someone put it in the comment section below so I can remember it. 23 to 19. Let's buy this guy. $600,000, guys. Do we want to go 2? I don't think we need 2. I think 1's fine. So we'll just get as many as we possibly can. So it's going to be a total of 11 length train. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. I don't think we need more than that. I don't think we need more than 4. Let's go to vehicles. And I did not do the lines correctly, unfortunately. It's okay. We can find it in here. It is right there. I'll quickly just sell all these crappy ones first. So I'm imagining this thing is going to be pretty fast. And we have a lot of trains in this line right now. Tell you what, we'll leave 4 of the old ones and keep 4 of the new ones. They'll still like interact in that way. But these things are going to be so much faster. It's not even going to be fair. 23 to 19. 23 to 19. 23 to 19. Okay, cool. So let's just get these guys down here. Let's get this upgrade. I keep forgetting about that. Whoopsie. Advanced rails. My goodness, that's gonna be fast. Okay, actually upgrade that one too, but that's okay. Upgrade all those. All those. All those. All those. That should now be upgraded all the way to this section. It is. And there you go. Okay, cool. Well, let's see if these things actually want to go as fast as they say they do. The speed limit is removed. I think we have the upgrade as well. Yep, the fastest locomotives. Because this one here is increased voltage. And then can we reach 300 kilometers an hour? It's all researched. So let's just put it to the test and see how fast these things are actually going to go. We'll put 2 of these. And we'll put 2 regular ones. And we'll just see what happens. Yeah, those things are fast. Oh my goodness. Look how fast this thing is. That's 100 kilometers an hour. It's not even trying. Going into the state. Okay. Yeah, these things are going to be crazy. It's going to go double that speed when it's moving stuff. And you can just compare it to this and it just gets sad. Okay. Well, I was going to put down 4 and 4, but to be honest, they're just going to get in the way. We'll leave 2 just because, you know, some good old boy probably wants to drive a train still, but that is absolutely absurd. They are so fast. All I'm going to do now is wait for them to get back on the open road so we can see how fast they're going to go. And other than that, we just see 2,230 more tons of electronics, and that's it. Oh no, this map wasn't that much harder. In fact, I'd even say it was easier in some sections. I think of a lot of the reason why it was so hard the first time is because I was still learning how to play the game. So, okay, so there we go. That's going to work just fine. We do have one on the open road. He's going up a hill, and he's already going 130 kilometers an hour. So by the time he gets back above ground here, I mean, he's going to be flying. Going back down especially, yeah, that's going to be crazy. That's 150 right there. Okay, we get about 560 tons of electronics left to complete. And this new iron line is doing okay, doing a little bit better, I believe. But yeah, it is still struggling because it's just a big line and there's not a lot of trains on it. I did add a couple more. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them now. So it's definitely a little bit better, but I think maybe adding 2 or 3 more would make this better. But it just costs, like, that was $1.2 million right there. It just cost so freakishly much that it's hard for me to want to buy more of these trains. So yeah, it's insane. I mean, it's crazy. Now, once this research does complete, although I won't be playing with it for a ton of time, it'll, as you can see here, it'll let the industries upgrade an additional 15 times. So an additional 15 times in all these. So it'll be level 35 in the end, making it so the production speed, you know, loading speed, capacity, all that stuff's going to be even better, which makes it so you can actually make some really crazy things. Now, I don't have a whole lot of time left. 1 or 2 solid deliveries of these electronics left, and we'll be good. Luckily, we're having a lot of iron ingots getting delivered now. Finally, it feels like it's been forever, but it does seem like it's maybe finally doing something. You can see we're dropping off quite a few iron ingots, which is definitely good. Our copper ingots are filled to the brim. That copper ingot line is very, very good though. So that's yeah, that's a given. And the iron ingot line, really, we need to make this loop around because people are waiting a very long time. So let's see if we can't just improve on this a little bit here. Just get this to about there and about there. Then just kind of, let's see. Don't really want to tie this back in without being able to cross over this first. So we're going to cross over this. Yeah, this is just a very unfortunate spot to be. I need it to join in, like, right here. Let's see if I can just start from this side. I really can't. I mean, it's just unfortunate the way I kind of did this. Let me get this thing correct here, guys. And the best way for me to do that is just to redo the line completely, because right now it is not, you know, optimized or efficient or whatsoever. So, okay, let's get this thing going here. So what we need to do is go directly through the mountain, then down the other side. I think that might be a little bit better. So let's get these out to be even. And what I'll do is something like this. So they're gonna come up from this direction. And then this side over here is just going to match them over here like so. It's like that's gonna work right there. Okay. Now this, I don't know why it's doing all this funky stuff. I think just because of the elevation and everything. And it's going to need to come to here. Wait, where does this line go then? Let's go ahead and just sell this. Okay, that should help a little bit with that. And then we have to just plug him into here. We also can loop him around down here as well, which is great. So, now what happens if I just try to snap this directly to it? Will it work? It won't all the way there, but it can actually work from here. I think it... Listen, it might intersect with that one. I won't lie. No, look, it looks like it just barely misses it. Okay. That's a lot easier. We can work with that. I don't want a hard turn in here if I don't have to have one. And this is so strange. Why is it doing this? Let's just redo this again. I don't like how it's trying to go underground. Doesn't work. I don't know why it's doing that. That's so strange. Okay, let's get this going. Come on. Lock in there, Moocah. That's even your real name. So we'll plug this in like this. Bang. That's fixed. And then just wrap this around like so. Need this to actually... We could do something like this. The ground over here might just be straight up weird. Okay, we'll go like this. Then we'll just add all the single lanies. All the single lanies. Yo, it's kind of throwing a fit, but we're going to make it work. About like that. All right, this system should work a little bit better, hopefully. I don't... Wait, why are they... Oh, they're orange now. What the heck? We finished... we finished research. Now they're orange. That's cool. Did not know that was a thing. So we'll go ahead and get that. And make sure we have this as well. Going like that. Okay, so that should work. Everything should be working now. And that's just gonna... Oh, crap. That's a glass pane. Why'd I grab him? Sorry, buddy. I know you're probably confused. Get him later. Anyways. Now we should have a bit of an easier time getting all the ironing gets down that we need. So we'll just go like this. I need to definitely make sure I have this signaling correct here, though. I keep forgetting about that. That guy has decided to just head out. Sounds good. All right, here we go. So those guys are in there. They're going to start working. Hopefully I didn't do anything wrong. If I did, I can go back and fix it really quickly. But, yeah, that's going to be that fixed up for now. Glass pane stuff over here is still struggling. It's honestly because there's only one spot for it to drop off at. What I could do, and what I will go ahead and do, is fix this up. This is also another little money-making method. So to keep this efficient and working would be nice. So what we'll go ahead and do, we're using the generic rails here. We're going to keep that going. Put them like here and here. And then this one, we'll say, can also just join in like that's never going to work. Come on, game. All right, that should work. So then they can go on both of these things and then continue on their merry, happy way. Make sure the signaling is still good on these. And that'll help that system out a little bit. Other than this guy, he's throwing a little bit of a fit there, but that's okay. Now, it's going to take away one of the coals, but that's okay. Looks like we're actually running out of coal on this thing. I hope this thing's on it. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, we can upgrade this again now. We did upgrade that research thing, so that should help there. But there you go. That was the final research upgraded. So now, ladies and gentlemen, there's not much else I can do. I've gotten every line possible. I have every train possible, and honestly, everything is working quite well. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, want to see a part 3 where I do 300 days on the hardest map, let's get this video to 13,000 likes, and I'll get it done for you. Either way, thank you so much for being here. If you're still here, comment down below. Moocah's train empire is the best empire of all time. That way I know who's real and who's fake. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Okay, it's been some time. Forgive me for taking a little bit more time than probably needed. I felt like absolute crap today. But I'm finally kind of getting back to my old self, so we should be going a lot better now. Now, I had an issue while I was gone. I was AFKing for a little bit, and for some reason, all these trains got broken. One guy, like, stopped over top of the starting point here, and it absolutely massacred my entire setup. So, I have been making money from this entire system the entire time, but that's okay. So I think everything else has been working quite well. I did get the sand production lines all completely redone. Every single one of them. So the ones that go to the sand eater, the one that's going to the glass factory, the one that's going to the USB factory, they're all been completely reset. And you can see them here. Just a little bit more organized. Everything works pretty well for the most parts. And of course, we have the passenger trains as well. I think my main moneymaker at the moment is definitely going to be the USB stuff here. I'm sorry, the electronics, but it's from the USB factory. You can see we're bringing back, you know, a couple full trains. Some aren't full for the most part. Let's see what our bottleneck is now. It's actually going to be copper ingots now. Sand is good. So that means we probably should upgrade our copper ingot line, which will probably take a little bit of time. I do have $18 million. I want to use that really quickly. So let's work on getting the increased voltage. It's going to give us even better tracks. We do have the speed limit removed, right? Yeah, we do. So that should have also been helping us a little bit. We're making pretty good money, though, for the most part. We need to increase this line now. This copper ingot line is... I mean, listen, it's a crazy far distance, so it doesn't make me surprised to find out it is taking a while. We do have a lot of trains on it, though, so I feel like they should be doing better than they currently are, but there we go. There's some copper ingots being shipped out. It's the first one I've seen being shipped out. This one's, like, halfway full. What's going on here? Oh, we're running out of raw copper now. Okay, so it's all getting traced back eventually. The raw copper comes from this direction, underneath this line to here, and across to here, and over to here, and over to here, and over to here. What is our issue here? Oh, it's just not producing enough. Go ahead and finance an upgrade. Maybe that helps us out a little bit. We have the amount of trains that would need to upgrade this thing. Like, we shouldn't have to worry about that. But unfortunately, we still are. I mean, other than that, though, everything's pretty much okay. And I do have a passenger train system literally right here. So let's just go ahead and tie this into here. Go ahead and just do a two-line system here. There's a bit of a house in the way. Let's get this over like here. And then just plug this in accordingly like so. And that'll be good. Of course, let's add our crossover points. And I built this on the wrong side, but it's okay. It's definitely fixable. So there we go. That's fine. Get the signaling fixed up here like so. And then simply gonna make a train. We have 167 trains right now, which is crazy. 168 now. But with these extra ones here, going to be even more. This is a lot of trains for this small little line here, but I don't even care. I want this thing to be working at maximum efficiency because this is a pretty, you know, important part of our whole system here. So if we can have this working good, we're going to be in a good spot. So it's not going to be a lot of customers or passengers in the beginning, but eventually it will be good. Look, see that? We're not getting enough people there, so we're going to get that thing running as fast as possible. And then I'm just going to go into here. Where are we? Go to the upgraded rails. Make sure we're actually working with upgraded rails. We are, but these trains are just ridiculously slow. So let me go through here, grab every single, let's see, copper ingot. So there should be quite a few of them. Our raw copper line is fine, I think. I think it's fine. We're always having trains pull up in here, so those should be fine. But I'm going to upgrade this copper line because it just has to go so freaking far. And hopefully we see a pretty big increase in terms of money. Devs, if you're watching this video, please add a better way for me to search through all my trains. This is a pain in the neck. But there we go. That's enough for now. So what we're going to do is just make our ideal train. We're going to put 2 of these things on there. We're going to go up to 10. So actually, it's a total of 11. That should be fine. And we're just going to clone this line to the copper ingots. And now we have that, we can go ahead and just start selling these guys. Get a little bit of money back. It's not going to be crazy. One of these electric trains is going to be worth about 12 of these current setups, or a little less, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of these trains. So there we go. Now we're just going to simply clone this until you're down to about 12 mil. Okay, or 11. It's fine. And now you're just going to simply go to build, generic rails, upgrade, and we'll start on that line too. I mean, eventually we're going to upgrade everything to the right one, but for now, this should be just fine. That's going to be a major upgrade there. So let's get these trains on here before I forget. Then I'll run back to the other side, get the other little intersection fixed up, and that should be a-okay. A lot of trains, but that's okay, man. We got to get this thing circulating. Place a couple just going the opposite direction just to get a little bit of spacing, but they will handle the rest of it pretty well, so I think we should be just fine. That's going to take a little bit of time to get back into order here. But there you go. The copper ingots will be able to be a lot faster. And now we should also go ahead and just upgrade our raw copper line as well. Before I forget, though, let me run over here to the other end of this thing and upgrade this side to generic rails. This is all good. And with the, speed limit reduction removal thing, we'll be able to fly these copper ingots up here. Once we get our copper flowing to the actual melting point, it's going to make our life so much easier. So that's going to loop around here. It comes all the way down here, and then bang, we just upgrade like that. And that's all the way there. And we'll just go ahead and start these ones as well. No reason not to. These are actually still on the old crappy rails, so upgrading this will still be good regardless. Same with these bad boys. And those are already upgraded, so that's good. So that's going to be a little bit of an improvement on those lines as well, just a little bit faster. And yeah, we should start to see the copper head back over this direction very, very soon. These trains here are also a little bit slow. Just not really the super fastest thing ever. There's 3 on that line, so maybe it's fine, but I'll check the sand after this. But okay, there's that. Now let's get this raw copper line and get this upgraded. All these are up. These rails over here aren't even upgraded, man. How the heck did that happen? Also, if the people aren't using this for the passenger trains, our guys can still use these. I do want to upgrade this system, though. Make it a complete loop. Make this just that much faster. And make the trains on this line even better. Right now, they're not bad. They're going 110 kilometers an hour. Not very bad at all. But yeah, there's definitely room for improvement. So we're going to try our best to get that going. So go into here. Where's our raw copper at? Come on. Show me the money. And that should be all the raw copper. Maybe there's a couple left over or something. But yeah, it looks to be about good. So go ahead and do the same thing. We go from 2. The 2 locomotives is just to help climb hills and stuff. So if we can get that, that's going to make these lines so much faster. Let's go ahead and sell the rest of these guys here. Okay, and now we're going to do maybe 9 trains on this. And that's probably way too much. In fact, I'm almost guaranteeing that it is. But listen, guys, we got to have high copper production. It is basically the lifeblood of our main producer. And now we have a ton of sand. So it's only fair that we get this one working now to be a little bit more efficient. The iron stuff, I probably also have to upgrade. Although I've kind of upgraded it a little bit already. So keep an eye on that one to see what we can actually do. But there you go. You can see this passenger station really doesn't have high demand yet. We're going to go ahead and finance an upgrade in about a minute, which I don't really know what it does exactly, but once we start getting more people there, which with this line, with how busy this line is going to be constantly, which, by the way, let me make it 3 trains, because 4 is just overkill. But with 3 trains constantly going on this line here, it's going to make this thing want to upgrade as fast as possible. There you go. Just happened again. Look at this. Come on, give me something good. Capacity and nothing. Okay. Go ahead and just finance that again and see if we can pull something else good, but at 9 minutes, we're going to upgrade on that thing. Got to keep this thing upgraded. We have good loading speed, which is really great. Unfortunately, that's not what this thing's about. So what I'll do is I'll take these bottom 2, and they can just sort of weave out. It's going to be kind of weird because we need these top 2 to go around as well, but they're linked into this thing. So what I'll actually go ahead and do is just add 2 more platforms. And we'll still leave this one double connected in case we ever need it. But what I'm going to go ahead and actually do is just delete these really quickly. Let's do connected sections here. And then we're just going to grab a parallel track of 4. And we're just going to bring this guy around. And that way we have 4 that are going to be constantly looping back. It's going to remove a lot of the traffic that was there previously. Then we drop it down to 2. Right? And we also are going to start raising it up. This is too sharp. Oh, that's never gonna work. Okay, too steep. Aw. Okay, something like that. And then have that join into there, and that just join into there. So what that should let us do is eventually everything will die back down to 1 lane. But it's gonna let us have a couple of loops we can send people on, just to get things rolling, maybe a little bit more efficiently here. And there you go, we have our first guy already on there. If you go on the middle 2 tracks here, you're good. No merging required until the very end. And if you don't happen to, it is what it is, okay? So what we'll do is we'll say, hey, if you go on this one or this one, you're gonna have to be forced to go all the way through. No backing out, okay? No sissy crap. And actually, I'll do the same thing with these, so if people can actually use them. Probably a good idea. Put this one a little bit farther back as well. Maybe that helps a little bit. And yeah, we'll do the same thing here. So signaling needs to be only that direction, only that direction. So when they come up in here, they literally have to go on the loop-to-loop. Looks like everything else is working. This might be some too sharp edges and stuff in there, but we can fix that eventually. And we should start to see a lot of trains coming back here as well. Yeah, there they are though. Okay, so we're gonna barely beat this this spam here. Now right now we really can't keep up with the trains, but that's okay because they're gonna keep working at it. They're gonna keep hopefully getting this thing upgraded. If we get more production speed, we're gonna be lit. Because we don't need to worry about capacity. It's kind of the worst one to be honest, because if you have enough trains, you shouldn't have to worry about capacity. This is a big jumbled mess. Just honestly close your eyes. It'd probably be better. But yeah, that's gonna work just fine. So we're gonna get these guys around here. Again, we have 2 more options if we need them. But I just think most people are gonna choose to go straight, which is gonna be really nice. So that's raw copper hopefully handled for now. Hopefully that will help us a ton with our production issues. And just get rid of that issue altogether because it's just so annoying. What I will go ahead and do as well over here is just grab a little 2-lane. I'm noticing that this guys over here are kind of struggling. So we'll just do our good old-fashioned thing here. We're just going to join up next to it. And then just slowly but surely merge it in. This guy is slowly but surely going to just merge into this. We're going to go ahead to signaling. And we're going to say, go on here. You got to go this way. Got to go this way. And this all goes one direction. And that's going to be fine. Now, they shouldn't have a way to get this way, just in case. We'll go ahead and set it up, just in case they want to be silly. And this should be the last train to come back this way, and everything else should just go so much more smoothly. Anytime you have the trains turning around and going back out where they came in, listen, it works. Okay, trust me, I've been doing it for a while. But if you can avoid it, I do think it's probably the best case scenario. And even for like these guys, like look at these guys. Honestly, maybe even more so when there's multiple people going onto one lane like this one is, how it's only set up to one lane. It's probably even more important to get this thing running efficiently. So we'll just okay. So there you go. I mean, look at that. That's fine, man. It's a big ugly loop, but it'll work for us for now. It's gonna go this way, and an insufficient iron mine has been forced to shut down or downgrade due to insufficient freight services. Let's go see what's happening over here. We need to make sure that's not happening if possible. Looks like we do have, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of raw iron just not being used. It's unfortunate. Okay. Copper ingots are flying over here a little bit faster, but it's really an issue up the line, to be completely honest. This guy is using it. This guy's also using a lot of coal. So what I'm going to do is just clone this train a couple of times, and then we're going to get these guys back on here. Because at the moment, they're just simply having a pretty hard time keeping up. And I think that's just because there's just not enough trains coming up here. Now, this line here is not super busy. So I am going to go ahead and just make these guys share some paths here. We'll leave one open for those guys, but yeah, we're going to let these guys do. What are you talking about, buddy? All right, there you go. Do your thing. Head on in there. Thank you. Okay, so there you go. So we'll have this now. That'll just help them a little bit more, getting everything, figured out, especially with this new train I just got coming in here. We want to make sure they're working as good as possible. Hopefully this idiot does not go straight. Hopefully he turns around and realizes this is a mistake. Yeah, we'll have to see. Because there's definitely enough coal here for everybody, which is good. We just simply didn't have enough trains, so that's that issue fixed, hopefully, in a little bit here. Send a couple trains back up there, let them do their thing. Something's upgrading. Very nice. 2 things are upgrading. Hey, look at that. Steel melting plant's getting upgraded. That's really good as well. Definitely needed that. But yeah, these lines are good. These lines should be just fine. This passenger station here is very properly busy. So that's great. I actually could use this to go somewhere else. Because what is this guy here? He already has 2. Okay, he's good. He's good. So there you go, y'all. That's going to be an improvement. Occasionally, have something like this happen where these 2 idiots just don't know how to merge correctly, so one has to slam on his brakes or whatever, but hey, it's okay. As soon as he gets up out of that little way there, he should say he's in the clear. I think it's because these aren't both straight. Okay, there you go. That'll also help fix those issues a little bit. And cool. That feels good to get done. The increased voltage is almost there. We need about 3,400 tons of copper stuff. Low quality USB charger manufacturing plant is downgrading again. We need it to do the opposite of that. I won't lie. Let's see how our copper stuff's looking now. We are still low on raw copper. I'm really hoping that's going to change here soon, though, with all of these upgrades we've been doing. Okay, looks like we got at least a, semi-decently full train coming in. So that's good. That's good. And we have lots of ingots going out now, which is splendid. That's exactly what we needed. We just didn't have any copper over there, so that's a big plus on my book. And it's basically still maxed out. I mean, we lost a little bit, but it's okay. We're gonna get it back. Okay, that looks a lot better. We're getting some ingots made. I mean, as soon as the copper is being pulled out of our trains, it's instantly being turned into ingots, which is great. It's not sitting for very long, so this is really good. We should, yeah, look at this train's almost completely full. Looking at our copper line, let's see what we got coming out. Okay, almost completely full, and then it's empty. Almost completely full, and then it's empty. We got another upgrade on storage capacity. Looks like we need more on the production speed, please. And we also have ×2 boost right now, and it's still slightly struggling here. So, yeah, we got to get that up now. But anyways, that's going to be a definite improvement, and some of it just takes time in this game. That's one thing about this game. It's different than others. Not the games I'd be playing. But for some games, right? It's just going to take some time to get upgrades and caught up with the rest. Let's see how we're looking down here now. We do have, about 10 tons of copper ingots in here, which is making everything downgrade, which I do not want to see. So, yeah, we got to get that up. Luckily, there's a little bit of a delivery coming in now. So this thing can finally be doing some work, but that's insane that's taking that long. We got 400 tons there, and I don't see any more anytime soon. We have a little bit of a down moment here, so we'll have to hope that that it all works out. Don't talk about that stutter. I'll hit ya. Also, I should probably grab another 1 or 2 delivery trains. Just gonna grab electronics and go ship them out. Although we haven't even saved up enough to worry about that really. And we have 2 trains that run pretty much simultaneously. You can see that they are now. They go about the same speed. They get here about the same time, leave about the same time. So really, it doesn't matter. We basically have 2. So instead of doing a bunch of smaller cells, we can just do one big one, which I'm fine with. But there we go. Look at those ingots coming in here. Nice. That's what we needed. Basically a full train of copper ingots. That's going to make us a lot of electronics, especially good timing because the electronic delivery trains are about to get here. So let's get this going, my friend. Sweet. Okay, that's good. It's starting to work a little bit harder here. It's just good. This one doesn't have as fast. I guess it is fast loading speed. It might be because he's a long train, but looks like he's going to work out just fine. So there we go. This is working. Now, I don't know what to research after this. I guess 8 mil, that's 15 mil, and that's 6 mil. I guess I'll have to just AFK for tonight. And, after that, come back and buy the rest of the upgrades and be done. Because I'm pretty much done with this game. I can get faster trains if I wanted to. But for the most part, all of our lines are good. There's not really any other lines I could make at the moment. There's another copper mine we have over here. Maybe we could just bring and ship all the way up there. I really am believing in ourselves to upgrade and be good. So I'm going to say we're probably going to be okay. But there you go. Little upgrade there. Storage capacity never hurt nobody. But there you go. Look at these guys coming in here. Unfortunately, we're out of copper. But we got 2 guys both pulling in here. And this is usually how it goes. One gets full and one doesn't even get barely anything on it. Crazy. Also, these are both 1 too long. So what I'll do is just swap those out really quickly. Do I care about losing $100,000? Not really. Let's just sell this to 8. All right, that's gonna be 5 of those. It's down to 8. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, cool. That should be good. Just put that guy there if he wants to go there, and that's gonna be a lot more trains actually going out and delivering stuff, which is just, again, not gonna change a whole lot. But we had the money, so we'll just replace them. They're not even electric trains, but I really don't even need them. Oh, nice. Some more. Oh, my goodness. That's a full train of copper ingots. Hallelujah. Okay, and I think that's another there. 495 is max. That's 460. We're going to call it max. So, this is working out good. And, hey, while we're waiting here for these trains to get delivered, I want to let you guys know I do stream pretty much every day. And to be honest with you, it's pretty hard to stream to one viewer. So if you guys are feeling generous and have some time and want to hang out, head over to Micah. It's Micuh over on YouTube. And I'll be live over there. I got lots of little TikToks and clips going around. Silly Micuh. So just feel free to go over to TikTok or Instagram or anything and like them. There'll be a link in the description if you're interested, and I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you. Anyways, we have this going now. We are getting some more copper ingots in here, which is really, really necessary. That's 2 full train loads here. So this is going to be good. We're going to have some stuff to ship out. And bada bing, bada boom. We're going to be chilling, y'all. Chilling. So we have about 9 mil. And I think what I want to do with that 9 mil is just save it. Or reinvest it all eventually. This copper ingot stuff is slowly getting whittled down while we get these trains. You look at these trains going in there. Let's go. And then you get one like this, and it makes you rethink your entire life. Crap. Okay, if the next one's empty, I'm throwing a fit. Nice, it's completely full. Okay, and that one is too. So maybe it was a one-off. Maybe he's just sick or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna get to saving up. It's gonna take me a long time to get there though. So let me save up for a good, couple of hours here, and I'll be back once we can finish out this game and finish out the research for our 200th day of this challenge.